Oxnard, California. This is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Cowboys training camp brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds and Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. I'm A.J. Hoffman, joined as I am always joined by my dear friend, Robert Thompson. Hello, Rob. Good morning.
Robert Thompson, according to
it's what your thing says. I forgot your name, my dear friend, so I had to look at your tag.
My dad's here. Yeah, man. Welcome to the tennis courts in lovely downtown Oxnard, California.
Lovely to be here. There's some ladies practicing their backhand over the way, and this is San Antonio Sports. I've got news for you guys. This is the #1 San Antonio-based radio show in Oxnard, California right now.
I would say, yes.
We are kings of the world here. I mean, we came yesterday and they said, oh, my God, the Morning Huddle?
Welcome.
Look at you.
Now.
And we said, oh, stop it. Oh, stop it.
Oh, no, we're not letting you in.
Yeah, they said, look at you. How do you think you're going to get in this place?
Yes, well, you're fans, but no, we're not letting you in. We had to wait for clearance.
But what a place this is. What a setup. For those of you who are unaware, it is 4 o'clock in the morning here in California. That's the way time zones work, apparently. Rob and I and Clay, who is our he's our
Clay, why don't you come around and lean in so everybody
say hello to the people.
For all of our morning brigade. And by
this
the way,
is our third man on the job here. Clay, for those who have never seen him before, looks like skinny Josh Allen.
He kind of does.
It's like
a little Josh Allen vibe going.
If Josh Allen had a tapeworm, he would look like Clay.
Josh Allen before he discovered carbohydrates.
That's right. So, we are out here early, bright and early, and living our best lives.
We are, man. It's the sea breezes. It's the cool. Notice for those who are on the brigade bar, it's cold. It's not like chilly. It's cold.
I still say chilly.
Well,
you're wearing short pants.
As
the grown folks call them.
I've got my short pants on.
Yeah, when Rob warned me all last week. He's like, "Hey, man, it's gonna be cold out there. You got to bring a hoodie." And I said, "Okay, I'm not gonna find myself underprepared." And then I get up this morning and Rob comes out wearing short pants. I was like, man, this guy just tried to play me like a fool, and now he's the fool.
Aren't you happy that I warned you? You never know anybody's tolerance for cold.
Well, you do know mine because I cry about it every morning in studio.
Well, yes, so you and Minix need to be over-prepared.
Yeah.
So you are absolutely prepared. But, yeah, this is going to be a nice, easy morning. Full pad practice today. We haven't seen much. I mean, we got here late on a Sunday afternoon. But there will be activity around here today. I guess we'll hear more about Sam Williams later.
Well, I don't think there's much to hear about Sam Williams.
Yeah,
I think
the sadness.
I think that there's not much more to say about old Sam, other than he won't be playing football for the Dallas Cowboys this year. And we'll talk about him later on in the show and what the backup plan is for old Sammy. But yeah, a lot of Cowboys talk to be had today. We got some Olympic talk as well, some Team USA. I don't have my button, so I can't have Ingrid sing every time I bring up Team USA.
That's too bad.
Thank you. I think let's just make this plan. Every time we mention Team USA,
just feel free.
Or the success of Team USA specifically, let's have her sing a little tune, and that makes everybody feel better. I think makes us all feel good about our great country.
Nothing good has happened since then. You notice
that's not true. What happened yesterday?
Second.
Team USA, big win. Jason Tatum, 0 minutes.
See, well, you know what? There's the positive.
That's right.
He's rested.
That's right, baby. So yesterday we get to the airport and I've got the TSA pre-check. Rob does not.
I do not. I am the lone non-pre.
Rob is in this long-ass line, and I'm like, ha, you sucker. I go to the much, much shorter pre-check line, yet somehow Rob beat me through the line.
Well,
you might be saying,
cutters.
You might be saying, how did this happen? How could that possibly be? Well, there's two explanations in my mind. One is that an entire flight crew from a Latin-based airline showed up. I don't know if it was like Air Mexico or Air Paraguay or I don't know what, but they were wearing purple suits, which I'll be honest, that's the kind of airline I want to fly. Like it feels like 1969, and it's like hop aboard. It's like the Mad Men
Joker Airlines purple
yeah.
rain.
But they all cut in front of me. I was next to go into the machines, and this air crew shows up, and they're like, "Oh, we've got to let these people go through." Okay, that's fine. I would have thought it'd be a quick process for people who work in the airline industry.
Dude.
No, all of their bags got flagged, all of them.
Well,
but here's what I really think was the issue. Listen, this may sound like an ism. This may sound like I am making stereotypes.
I think you might be,
but I'm going to do it anyway.
Okay.
I'm a pig when it comes to things like that. We get through the line or get to the front of the line, and the lady says, "Can I see your ID?" And I say, "Okay." I give her my ID, my boarding pass, and I'm sitting there and I'm quietly thinking to myself, that didn't sound right to me. And I said, I in my mind, I said, okay, I don't want to come across as an ist. I don't know what this ist is. It's not racist because this is a white lady.
I think you're allowed to ask the question. It's okay to ask a question.
Is this nationalist?
No,
that's a bad word.
No.
I don't want to be a nationalist because I'm
nationalist.
Also white,
yeah,
and that's bad news.
You end up,
So I said,
I don't think what you did is wrong.
Oh, okay. I said, I love your accent. Where are you from? That was the nicest way I could think to put it.
I don't think it had even been a problem if you'd have said, "You're not from around here, are you?"
Because really,
you could have said that.
I didn't care. Well, I do care where she's from. I was really investigating. This wasn't chit chat. This wasn't me being friendly. I had a suspicion, and it turns out my suspicion was right because this gal looked me dead in the face and said, "Russia."
What was her name?
Wolf.
Ludmilla?
It's agent or TSA
Natasha?
agent Wolf. WOLFF.
Wolf.
Well, I said, what? I didn't say this out loud, but
her
in my
name
head,
wasn't Wolf.
I swear to God.
Her name was Wolf.
I think it's her last name, but I mean, that's what it said on her tag.
Comrade Wolf.
Comrade Wolf. I said in my head, now I didn't say this out loud, thankfully. I said, are you freaking kidding me? You're from Russia and you're working for the TSA? Is this bad of me to feel this way? I don't know if you guys know this. I'm anti-Russian. In my day, in the Cold War, you had to choose a side.
Yeah, we didn't like them commies.
And I chose Team USA.
Well, good choice, young man.
That's what I think. Edwin, that was your cue. Thank you. And so now I'm, as time has gone on, by the way, I've only gotten more suspicious of Russians. But
shifty lot.
I mean, working for the TSA?
Well,
okay, if you were a Russian gal who was, you worked at the bagel shop, or you, even if you worked for the airline, it'd be that wouldn't bother me. I don't think. I'd say, oh, she must be one of the good ones.
Well,
because as you know,
she's schlepping bagels.
Well, no, I'm just thinking she's in a what I would consider a harmless position.
Did she look like your typical Russian?
She looked like a skinny blonde lady. Yes.
Oh, so she was. Did she have like spy potential? Could she have?
Absolutely.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And if she covered up that accent a little, like we could have been in real trouble. Like I might have just walked through and never suspected a thing.
Did she frisk you?
No, but the dude did.
Well,
because even though my TSA pre-check said leave on your shoes and your belt, once I went through the thing, guess what? I had to take both of them off and then run my boots through the detector.
Well, that makes no sense.
I'm telling you.
You know what? I had to take my shoes off, but we didn't have to take our laptops or anything.
I didn't have to do that, but I'm telling you now, I think the reason I had to take my boots off is because I questioned where that lady was from.
Ludmilla wasn't happy.
It's Svetlana
Wolf.
She pointed at me and said, "This one, check his boot.
You will break him."
And I'll be honest. The rest of the time I was in the San Antonio airport, I was uncomfortable.
Give him the Brittany Griner.
Yeah.
Treat him as such.
Touch him deep inside.
Cavity search.
Deep inside.
Give him the Griner search.
Deep.
We will break him.
It was very uncomfortable for me.
You know what? You came back in such a good mood.
I did. She has Russian gals have small hands. Small hands.
Soft. Giving. Really.
And her Latino counterpart had big hands, so it was a little give and take. It was
not real.
Yeah.
You know, the fact of the matter is,
small hands in the front, big hands in the back. It all worked out.
Now you're on a special list now.
I am. But I told Rob, I said, I don't trust it. I don't know why. I don't like the idea of a Russian person taking my ID. You could have been from any other country except China or North Korea. And I would have said, okay, no problem.
I wouldn't travel overseas if I was you.
I will no longer, I say this with all peace and love and due respect, I will no longer be handing my identification to Russian nationals.
See, it's just like attitudes like this. That
Ruskies.
In this time of coming together in the 33rd Olympiad.
We aren't coming together.
Well, we should be. And you are fomenting unrest all the way over here.
Vladimir Putin isn't thrilled about the Olympics right now.
If the Ruskies want to...
They can't even have a flag at the Olympics. They can't even have a flag at Wimbledon.
They have to use are they using the UN flag or just a white one?
I don't know. At Wimbledon, they just use a white flag. But think about that. Medvedev can't even play at Wimbledon and admit he's a Russian. I got some gal letting me on an airplane who just flat out said I'm a Russian. What?
Am
I being too sensitive here, or is this a problem?
Well, like I said, maybe she was highly trained in security. We could use her.
You think that's better?
Yes,
that's worse.
I bet she's probably pretty good at her job.
I don't want highly trained Russians on our soil.
She's on our side.
She's not one of us. She's an infiltrator.
I'll say the plane landed, and you got your.
We haven't had a good Russian gal in this country since Anna Kournikova. That was the last one.
Let's see.
Am I right? I mean, come on.
Of all the Russian women I know,
you can't think of any.
Was Kournikova truly Russian, or is she from one of the stands?
She was Russian.
Straight through?
Yeah.
Not Ukrainian?
No.
Sure?
She's blue-eyed, blonde hair Russian.
Ukrainians are blue-eyed blonde.
Yeah, but she's not a Ukrainian. Okay. She was a Russian.
We like Ukrainians, though.
I don't.
You're supposed to, right?
I think you're supposed to. Okay. They're all Russians to me, Rob.
I know in risk, Ukraine is a good place to have. That's a good land to have.
If you're an ally with Russia, which they no longer
have to be an ally.
are.
See, you can use Ukraine.
You don't want to be backed up against them.
To corner the Ruskies up.
You don't want to be backed up against them.
You got to get one side, the Crimean Peninsula on one side, and then you go the European other side, and you can come in. You could pinch Russia off right there in the middle.
Well, I won't be pinching anything.
Well, you've got to play Risk, the game of world domination.
Well, I hope there's one at our Airbnb.
No, we just have chutes and ladders and Jenga minus like 9 or 10 small pieces.
Oh, well, that makes Jenga a lot of fun.
Well, you start out with,
We do have chutes and ladders, though. I think we have Uno. Joe Reinagle and I stayed up all night playing board games.
We got a nice place this year. We're not on the water. I'm not going to complain. It's a good one. It's not because we have yet to utilize. We have a back patio with a grill and a fire pit that we'll probably utilize at some point.
I think on the other side of this break, we've got to hit our first break. When we come back, I want to know what the rules are, the hierarchy of room selection when we go to these events.
Oh, it's first in the door, brother.
Yeah. Jason and Rob get up. They don't get their bags. No. They just run to the front door.
Yes.
And then it's like the real world.
Yes.
And they're like just scrambling to find the best rooms. I think there needs to be.
I actually sacrificed. I thought I would get a room out of the way so I wouldn't bother other people.
You got the best room.
I have the best room.
I think Minix probably has the best room.
I don't. Minix. The thing with Minix is I've crossed over. I'm capable of using my device as a television. I can use my phone in bed. Minix cannot. He has to have a TV on the wall. So he runs to the whatever bedroom has a TV.
Okay.
He hauls balls to that.
We'll talk more about that on the other side. It is the Morning Huddle live from Cowboys training camp in Oxnard, California on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
San Antonio Sports Star. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and the Gomez Law Firm present the first annual back-to-school drive this Saturday from noon till 2 p.m. while supplies last at Gomez Law Firm, 2943 Moss Rock Drive. Free backpacks and school supplies for all school-aged children, only while supplies last, so don't be late. This Saturday from noon to 2 p.m. at Gomez Law Firm, 2943 Moss Rock Drive. Presented by the Gomez Law Firm and in part by ProStar, Lenora Bank, Las Palabas, and 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Get wings the way you want them. Try Twin Peaks wings bone-in breaded, naked, smoked and grilled, or boneless in your favorite sauce or rub.
At Lowe's, save big every day. Right now, get a free pneumatic nailer when you buy a pallet of Metabo HPT nails. And there's more. Save 10% on select shingles when you buy in bulk. Visit us in-store or online for low prices on the materials you need. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds, which could be life-changing. I mean, you could put that money towards concert tickets for your daughter to see that singer who sings about painful breakups. And one song will inspire your little beauty to break up with that beast she's dating, Brian. Instead, she'll date someone who's nice and worthy of her love, not someone who addresses you and your spouse as bro. And it's all because you could save money switching at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals, and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio, so we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
What other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, it sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Before you fire up that grill, make sure you get into Tri-County Meat Market. Hi, Jason Minix here. Tri-County Meat Market has everything you need. If you're thinking steaks, you want some chicken, some poppers, beef ribs, pork ribs, brisket, picanha, tri-tip. They've got it all at Tri-County Meat Market. Take advantage of their Pick 5 for $25, and Tri-County always offers a 10% discount for military and first responders. Tri-County Meat Market, 2 locations on Ralph Fair Road and on Heebner, or online at tricountymeat.com. If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
You go into your shower feeling, but as soon as you reach for the Irish Spring, your day immediately gets better. That crisp, fresh, unmistakable Irish Spring scent zings your brain and awakens your senses. So when you finally emerge from the shower, 37 minutes later, because you pay the water bill so you can stay in there as long as you want, you're ready to take on the day. and smell great doing it. Irish Spring Body Wash and Bar Soap. Fresh, green, Irish. Shop now at Walmart.
Meet Cheryl. Hey. She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's gotta be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/check. Chase.
App is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
This is Protection. Yep, Protection. The everyday skin protection ritual that protects your skin from mosquitoes. Pre-barbecue. Pre-playground. Pre-everything. Pre-every day. Prevention is the best protection. This summer, make sure you have OFF, the #1 dermatologist recommended repellent brand. SC Johnson, a family company.
You're listening to The Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
The Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star out at Dallas Cowboys training camp.
Yes,
Brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds and Southern Recipe Pork Rinds.
Got a little chill, man.
Good morning to you.
Little nip in the air.
My nipples are very hard right now. I don't know
if you're watching the Brigade Bar. It's nipply out here.
It is. Look at this. Look at my 94.
I noticed. That's fancy.
Half zip.
Thanks, Sammy's.
Thank you, Sammy,
for taking care of us.
What a guy. What a guy.
She was the Red Sparrow.
I chose this as the cold weather gear. This thing is like a long sleeve T-shirt. It is not quite. It's not going to keep me warm.
It's perfect for where we're from. It's just not perfect for where we are.
Yeah, tomorrow I'm going to bring a real hoodie. I had to make some tough choices when I was packing because I think I have like 3 hoodies here, and 2 of them are Buffalo Bills hoodies.
That would have been
and I was like, oh, that'd be an awkward thing out here if I'm talking to Jera and he says, ha.
That'd been a little weird.
We beat your team's ass 52-17, Bubba. And I say, yeah, I remember it.
Have him removed.
And then the other one I have is it's one I got when I was working, when I got the Longhorns on my station in Houston. They gave me a Longhorn hoodie, and I was like, I don't want Rob to fight me.
No, I wouldn't have a problem with that.
Okay, well, that would have been warmer than
I wear
this.
Aggie stuff all the time. You can wear Longhorns.
Well, I'm not a Longhorn. I didn't didn't
most,
go to
most
school
Longhorn fans are not Longhorns. What are you talking about? T-shirt fans.
We saw
the throngs.
We saw some T-shirt Aggie fans at the airport.
There
yesterday.
is no such thing as a T-shirt Aggie fan.
Well, listen,
no one just decided. I'm proud of that. Hook 'em. Thanks, Edwin.
No, there's a lot of listen. Every kid in Texas has that moment in elementary school where they say, "What are you?" And when you hear that the first time, you're like, "What do you mean? I'm just a kid."
Like, no.
And they say, "No. What are you? Are you Aggie or Longhorn?" And you've got to make the choice right then and there on the spot. And it's a very difficult choice because the truth is, once you make that choice, you're going to be treated different by different groups of people.
Choice. If you were just making it off the top of your head, it'd be Texas. I mean, it's glitzy, glamour, cool. I mean, it is. I know exactly where I sit in the world.
But when you're 8 or 9 years old, you don't know what's cool.
Well, Texas,
you eat your own boogers at 8 years old. Nobody knows what cool is then.
So you obviously at that point, we're proving you're a Texas fan. The moment you ate your first booger,
that was it.
That was it. You used both fingers. You used this one and then that one.
Right.
And my double in.
My first kiss wasn't with a cousin.
Just like that.
So they were like, "Oh, you can't be an Aggie unless."
No, we don't want to get them into what we use the thumb for.
That's right.
That's a whole other thing.
Well, I didn't own any sheep, so it wasn't a concern for me.
But no, there's no T-shirt Aggie fan.
There were T-shirt Aggie fans at the airport.
Just because you're wearing it doesn't mean you're a T-shirt fan. Those were kids, and you could tell Dad was an Aggie.
You think so?
Oh yeah, we look over. There's signs.
What are the signs?
He's wealthy and obviously an intelligent man. I mean, you just know.
That dude had 3 kids. He ain't that wealthy.
Well, he's sitting at LAX doing something with his Aggie kids. No, you can just tell. I think he had a ring on.
Okay.
When you mentioned it, he looked up.
So We get to the house yesterday. First of all, let's talk about air travel.
Yeah, you raw dogged the flight, man.
I didn't totally raw dog it because my wife said text me, and after I napped for an hour and a half, I woke up and I got on the texting, really just to check in and be like, "Hey, I'm on the flight."
That's I like Southwest with the free text.
And I asked her when. Can you still use it? Because you're not an iPhone or you're not a sheep, as Ryan Nagel calls us.
Oh, I didn't even try.
Oh, okay. I think you can use WhatsApp, I guess.
Yeah.
So I text my wife and I was like, I don't know what time it is. Can you check my flight number and see what time I'm going to land?
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I didn't use my phone. I didn't use any devices. I just kind of sat there.
That's for psychopaths, man. If I sat next to you and you were just staring off to the distance, I'd be checking you for like bombs. I'd be checking your waist and your vest. Like, why is this dude just staring off into space?
I sat in the very front row.
At least you weren't humming.
And because I looked when I walked by, I was like, oh, there's a lot of leg room.
I saw it. I can't do that front. I can't just look at that wall. And
you're going to be looking at your device.
But did you have a
tray table?
A tray table?
No.
See, I can't do it.
But I didn't need one. I didn't have any service. I didn't ask for snacks.
But I need something to put my phone on. I can't.
Okay. All right.
And see, that's the perfect seat to raw dog because you can't even.
I can always hold my iPad in my hands if I wanted to.
But then you get the crick in your neck for looking down for 3 hours.
Maybe. I sat down there and I chose a window because I knew I was going to try to sleep.
I saw that.
And I always try the aisle unless I'm planning on sleeping. And then so if it's an early morning or late night flight, I always pick a window. This was the first time I've flown Southwest in probably 15 years.
Really?
Yeah. So, and it's to choose your own seat steals for now. So I chose that seat. And of course, a great big fat person sat between me and the other dude that were there. And he was like that
dude was 400 pounds.
I'm taking over the both armrests kind of guy.
Well, he didn't have any choice.
And I'm not little, but I was like this, like kind of like turning away so I could be half in my seat.
Oh, no, you didn't have the 400-pound dude.
No, I didn't. No,
it was like 2 rows behind.
I think I had like a normal, like 280-pound guy.
I saw that cat get on, and I thought, he's smart enough not even to consider coming sitting next to me.
Well, he got on at a time that there was a real big fat guy.
I'm talking about that guy.
He got on late in the boarding process.
And I still had 2 seats beside me, and I thought, because normally when people see me at the aisle, they're like, no.
People don't want to sit by me.
They don't want to sit next to me. So I'm the one of the last seats taken. And I saw him get on thinking, if he's the last dude,
oh man,
I ain't moving, and he ain't getting by me.
That happened to me once where, but this was on United, so we had assigned seats, and there was me and a guy who was bigger than me, and in the middle seat was like a 350-pound lady. And I like she needed
you guys up.
No, we had to switch seats around because like they were like this. The air marshal was like, they can't fly like this.
The plane's tilting to one side.
I mean, I couldn't buckle my seatbelt because I couldn't reach it without sexually assaulting this lady. I mean, it was terrible.
I'm going to put my hand down there.
So
that's not the buckle.
They took her out of there and put a tiny little Asian woman in her place, and it was.
We're going to give you $150.
Oh, it was
to go sit between these two clubs.
Much better.
It was the easiest travel day.
It was not a bad travel day. It was not bad. We choose the one rental car company that has a shuttle instead of like 50 shuttles. So
then we got into a running battle. We got into a running honk battle with a limo.
Yeah, our guy almost got in a fight because he cut somebody off.
The limo was not going to have it.
And then they gave us any minivan you want. And there were 2 options, a gray one and a black one.
Hey, man, it is a Pacifica. It's the Cadillac of minivans. I don't know what you're complaining about.
Rob is very excited about our minivan.
Minivan you can get, top of the line.
So we get in the minivan. We get to the house. And, actually, we came out here and set up. And then we went to the house. And Jason and Rob, it's like a rush to the door. I mean, they're not thinking about anything but finding the room. Rob gets the 1 bedroom that's downstairs. Do you have a bathroom inside your bedroom?
No, we just Clay and I are sharing one.
Okay. Minix must have a bathroom in his bedroom.
He must.
And then Joe and I got the kids' rooms. Although my room has a queen size bed, Joe's has 2 twin beds.
See, the most appropriate room for Clay and I would have been
that
twin.
room.
I don't do twin beds, man. I made some kind of excuse about, no, I don't think Clay and I snore and I keep Clay up. No, I don't do twin beds.
Okay.
I can't. No.
Well,
I don't like that.
The truth is,
if I move one way or the other, I'm going to fall off the bed.
Listen, the truth is, there's a bunch of large men in our house.
Yes.
And then there's one person who looks like he's on a quest to find a ring. So if anybody were to use the child-sized beds, you would think it would be Minix. But no, Minix gets the master bedroom.
Well, he needs the TV, and I have over the years just decided, dude, and it's always the master. But if he doesn't get the TV, he gets real cranky. So I just punt that.
So
and he's it's also seniority. He's been here the longest. So
also, when I woke up this morning, I opened my door and I hear the TV going.
Oh, that's Claybo. Oh no, no. Jason listens to TV all night.
Yeah, it wasn't Clay.
Yeah,
it was because Clay was downstairs. Dude, his TV is so loud.
Oh yeah,
and like it looks like there's strobe lights going off underneath the door. I don't know how you could sleep. He's like at a rock show.
Dude, I'm the same way. I get it. If you don't get it, I look at you like you're crazy.
As someone who likes to sleep in the dark and quiet.
I know, but see, it's so hard to get dark and quiet that the quest for it, it's almost
when you tell people to shut the F up, usually it's it's easy.
I know, but see, like I would have no trouble like when jackhammers were going off outside. See, I can sleep through that because I've trained myself to sleep through commotion. You, on the other hand, if
I'm investing in a sniper rifle.
You can take out. We have
there's a massacre at the Chick-fil-A.
Too soon to talk about random bullet wounds. Sorry, but I think I'm prepared to sleep better. And you're like combat. You can sleep in dirt.
I can, but now I don't have to do that now. I'm a grown adult who's the spoils of life have me to where I don't want that anymore.
So was your room dark and quiet?
It was.
See, mine,
lovely.
I have curtains, and there's a house across the street or to the backyard. The lights never went out all night.
See,
so the lights were coming in, and I could see into their window.
Does that door? So you've got a glass door.
I've got a sliding glass door.
Is there something to cover the door?
Yeah, I do, but it's kind of sheer. It's not as. They have.
Yeah, I have blinds, no curtains, because I'm right above your room.
Yeah. Well, that you saw the house behind.
But the blinds did a good job.
I don't have blinds. I guess for the easy access, the only way you can get to the patio is through my bedroom.
That's true. Which is going to be awkward steak night.
Well, we got the propane. They're quick to deliver that. So we got a propane. We got a smoke pit.
We're going to taste the meat, not the heat.
And we're talking about doing a couple of shows because sadly, we found out yesterday that there will be no Nobu trip this year.
Oh, what a dope Minix is.
We didn't schedule appropriately.
I mean, dude, this guy's got one job, and he walks around like he's the big honcho. I'm going to set us up. I'm going to get us all set up for training camp. We're going to be a Nobu, blah, blah, blah. Like he's some kind of insider. And then he sends us out here the wrong week.
No, we've been lucky the last 4 years. We chose the right week. And they don't really tell us ahead of time because they don't want everybody to schedule the week.
Yeah, but you know what? Like
Nobu.
Minix is like this guy acts like he's got some kind of sway. He should be able to send a text and be like, hey, I know you don't tell everybody.
Get Jer on the line.
But give me the heads up.
Get
right?
Jer on the line.
What's Jera thinking?
He's got, you know what? He might be holding back to see if he can sign somebody. He might have to lower the bar tab. He signs Dak to, upwards of 250. Suddenly that bar tab shrinks. It's only call drinks and house. The Nobu house line.
Well, Rob just did a what we call a radio tease. And on the other side, we will talk about the new offers that CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott have both apparently received.
May or may not have.
And we'll see if they are how deeply are they contemplating those offers. We'll do that next. The Morning Huddle, live from Cowboys training camp in lovely Oxnard, California on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, the beautiful blue skies and cool temperatures of Oxnard, California. We're at Cowboys training camp.
Our AA Best Bail Bonds Cowboys training camp coverage begins Monday at 2 o'clock from the tennis courts there in Oxnard. We'll have the latest from Cowboys training camp. The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
Play ball! Missions Baseball returns Tuesday night at Wolf Stadium. Join us for AARP $2 Tuesday, presented by 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. First pitch is at 7:05. Go to samissions.com for tickets.
The biggest pro football contests in Vegas are back. Circus Survivor and Circa Million are now up to a record $16 million in guaranteed prizes. 2 ways to win and no rate. Circus Survivor contestants select one team each week with no point spread. Last the longest to win it all with $10 million guaranteed. In Circa Million, make 5 picks against the spread each week for your share of $6 million guaranteed through quarterly and full season payouts. Enter in Nevada. Play from anywhere. Visit circusports.com for details.
Eczema flaring up again? We have good news. Exoderm. If you or someone you love suffers from eczema or dermatitis, get Exoderm, the common sense answer for eczema. This stuff really does work. Exoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives. Take back control of your eczema with affordable, fast-acting Exoderm Flare Control Cream. Exoderm. It's in the first aid aisle of your local Walmart, H-E-B, and other fine stores.
George gets justice. In life's most challenging moments, getting the right help matters most if you've been injured. Get George at George Salinas Injury Lawyers. With a track record of success and a dedication to their clients, George gets justice. George Salinas Injury Lawyers is not just a law firm. They're your support system. Get George at George Salinas Injury Lawyers today at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit, hims.com/joy.
Hi, this is Joe Reinagel for my friends at Stevens Roofing, your local roofer. You know, summer is here, and that means long, hot days for everyone and everything, including your roof. Our hot Texas sun pounding down can degrade and age your roof. So for residential or commercial service, you need a reliable roofer you can trust and afford. That's Stevens Roofing. Online at stevensroofing.net or call them at 210-785-0994. That's 210-785-0994 for Stevens Roofing.
All right, when it comes to getting life insurance for your family, a lot of excuses can get in the way. But ask yourself this: if something were to happen to me, who would pay the mortgage, the kids' education, and the other bills? Then forget the excuses and check out Ethos Life, the online, easy way to get life insurance in 10 minutes. Ethos has rates that you can afford, like a $500,000 policy for a 40-year-old male starting at $1 a day or $30 a month, with a few health questions and no medical exam. Get your free quote right now at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com. Not available in all states. Rates do vary.
Savings. Now that's speaking the Lowe's language. And when you join My Lowe's Rewards for free, the savings just keep coming. Save money with member-only offers, plus earn points when you shop. More points equal more rewards, just for you. Because Lowe's knows you earned it, literally. Learn more about our loyalty.com/MyLowe's Rewards and become a member for free today. Program subject to terms and conditions. Points are awarded on eligible purchases. See Lowe's.com/terms for full details. Subject to change.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture with daily use.
The NFL lives right here. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star live. You're looking live, folks, from Dallas Cowboys training camp in Oxnard, California. California dreaming, as they say,
are
Rob.
indeed 60 and cool and breezy this morning. It's a little, I think it's getting colder.
I think it might be. Or you're like, we're just out here and it's getting into your bones now.
Yeah, I'm going to have to start acting like I'm on a tennis court.
We are now Pepsi rich.
Yes, we found
I found the free vending machine that says free ice cold Pepsi. And instantly I like this place better than our office, where you pay $3 for a drink that is room temperature.
You're due a refund on that.
I should be.
I think you are.
I mean, give me a break. We are live at Cowboys training camp, where the big story out here, of course, is CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott. When will they get their money? And apparently, Stephen Jones over the weekend said, hey, good news, guys. We've sent new offers to CeeDee Lamb's agent. We've sent new offers to Dak Prescott's agents.
Not good offers, but offers. Not offers we're proud of.
This is a quote from Stephen Jones. Right now, I would characterize both conversations as upbeat. We're having good talks.
What does that mean?
Well, listen, it means we're having good talks back and forth with both Todd France and Tory Dandy.
Uh-huh.
I like where we stand.
Oh, okay. Upbeat. He smiled the entire time.
So this is how you do it. If I said, listen, Dak's agent, listen, what's
France.
his name? France.
Mr. France.
Todd.
If that's your real
I would
name.
never negotiate with someone named Todd, first of all.
Todd.
That was my boss's name in Houston, or my the GM there was named Todd. I would say, Todd, we'll give you $40 million a year. And then Todd says, no, that's absurd. What I would do if I wanted to give him an upbeat offer, I'd come back and say, Todd, my man,
bro,
how about $40 million a year,
bro?
And now it's upbeat.
There you go.
So
bro.
Steven is saying, yeah, we're still sending him the offer that he's not going to accept.
And he goes,
but
no.
I'm doing it in a much, more excited tone.
He nods yes and says no.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. No.
Oh, that's like Edwin. Edwin does that to me all the time. Whatever question I ask Edwin, he nods his head yes and says no,
awesome.
or shakes his head no and says yes.
No way in hell. Awesome.
Just to confuse the hell out of me.
Bro, no.
Listen, I get it that there's difficulties with this thing. I really, the more this has gone on, the more I'm convinced I don't think the Cowboys want Dak.
They can't. It's not that they don't want. They've offered all they can. There's nothing that they could offer short of, $50 a year guaranteed over 5. That he would say yes. I mean, the gold mine is in February. There's no need or reason to sign now unless the Cowboys truly have the Godfather offer. And if they had the Godfather, they could have Godfathered 2 years ago.
Well, and that's the thing. 2 years ago, he would be where he'd be right now would be underpaid.
Well, I blame Jerry for how we got here. I don't blame Jerry for where we are now, if that makes sense. Jerry could have taken care of this years ago and ruined it at every opportunity. That was his fault. From here on out, this is all Dak doing all he can as far as what he's capable of offering right now, and it's not enough. It's just not enough out there.
There are both the other quarterbacks, both those dominoes have now fallen. Yeah. Jordan Love last week, and then over the weekend, Tua got paid. And I looked at the cash flow over the next 4 years of what these guys are going to make. And here's your top 10 in terms of just cash.
Money in the bank.
Yeah, I'm not talking about like the, just the AAV. I'm talking about what you're actually going to make in cash flow. Mahomes, number 1, is going to make nearly $16 million over the next 4 years. Burrow, number 2, $214. Jared Goff, 3, $194.
Mm-hmm.
Tua, 4th, $186.1.
Wow.
Jordan Love, 5th, $186. Jalen Hurts, 6th, $184. Justin Herbert, 7th, $183. Kirk Cousins, 8th, $180. Lamar Jackson, 9th, $179, and Trevor Lawrence, 10th, $155.5.
These are all the deals. Now, Pat, the Mahomes deal's kind of backloaded.
Yeah.
But
and Mahomes is the only person who would survive a contract like this.
But everybody else's is all front-loaded. They're getting their money in the first 2 or 3 years, then essentially.
And then they get to come back and complain and say, hey, I don't have any more guaranteed money. I'm holding out, like Trent Williams.
Right. So,
that's what you can get away with now.
After Pat Mahomes, what's the cash flow for? What's second place?
Joe Burrow.
And what are we at?
214. That's Mahomes' number.
Well, I'm saying that's where Dak is.
Well, so Jordan Love's 186.
I'm telling you, Dak is at Mahomes. I'm telling you, his number is 215.
Okay.
It is not Jordan Love number. It is because Jordan Love was only negotiating again with the Green Bay Packers. In February, Dak can negotiate with everybody.
See, and here's
215 is the number.
Here's my take on this. And the biggest takeaway I had from that list is, who's not on that list is Josh Allen. So Josh Allen is not a top 10 paid quarterback over the next 4 years. But he's already signed his second deal.
But he's got backloaded, I bet. So that money's coming.
But the deal is, all of these names have signed besides Mahomes, have signed since Dak signed, or since Josh Allen signed. If they had signed Dak at the same time the Bills signed Josh Allen,
yes,
they could have signed him for $155 million for over the next 4 years. And now it's like you're going to pay the inflated price.
At every opportunity, Jerry has screwed this up at every turn.
Unless he doesn't want Dak.
No, initially, now I can agree with you. Now, over the last 2 years, I think I could see where Jerry would go. If he goes, it ain't the end of the world. Apart from the financial hit this and next year. But I do think early on, I do think back with the holdout year, back with the broken ankle, Jerry wanted him bad. I think he felt like the potential was there and still screwed it up. Still didn't sign him right, let it go too far, never godfathered him, finally had to do what Dak wanted, not what he wanted. And has at every turn, because of the Tony Romo stink of, the 50-50 on Dak. I don't think he ever bought all the way in. And now he's in a situation where everybody's looking at him like it's his fault. And it's not, at least not now.
All right, we'll continue this conversation on the other side. It is the Morning Huddle live from Cowboys training camp on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you woke
Let's go!
Hi, it's Jason Minix. You're listening to the home of the Cowboys, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppables bottle shake. And now a sniff solo. Nice. With Downy Unstoppables, you just toss, wash, wow, for all-day freshness.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Diego.
Hi, Diego. It's Jennifer Coolidge. You know, I just want to say your cashback match makes me feel so special. It really inspired me.
That's great. Doubling the cashback you've earned at the end of your first year is what we do.
Well, I'm doubling everything now. Double dating, double dipping, double feature, double header, double whammy. You know, basically double or nothing.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for sports and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online, mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
It's Jason and Joe from the Blitz. Join us at Circa Las Vegas in August for the Circa Sports Ultimate Contest Weekend.
The Blitz will be live at Circa August 22nd and 23rd, and then we're staying for the weekend. Come to Vegas with us for the Ultimate Contest Weekend.
Circa Survivor and Circa Million are back. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere.
So join the Blitz at Circa Las Vegas. More details and discounted rooms available online at sasportstar.com.
Team Express Superstore on East Nakoma. Baseball and softball gloves, bats, batting gloves, uniforms, and performance apparel. Steel and molded cleats and all other equipment. Football helmets, shoulder pads. Everything must go. Team Express Superstore on East Nakoma.
Febreze.
Fabric Talk. Hey, it's me, your couch. Today's my favorite day of the week. Febreze Fabric Spray Day. The occasional deep cleans are nice, but in between, you know I'm needing a refresh. Ooh, here she comes with the Febreze Fabric Spray. Oh yeah, spritz them armrests. Don't be shy. Nothing like a good spray down to get me smelling so fresh and clean. Don't forget my back. Nice. Febreze Fabric Spray. It's just that easy. Now we can both breathe happy. Febreze. La 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 la.
Hey, what are you doing up on the step stool?
About to clean these light fixtures. The whole family's coming over. And if there's even a speck of dust in the house, my abuela will find it.
Here, I got a Swiffer duster to help with that.
A Swiffer what?
A Swiffer duster. It has this cool extendable handle that reaches 6 feet to get high and low, with fluffy dusters that easily trap and lock dust.
So no more step stool?
No more step stool.
Easily trap and lock dust from hard-to-reach places with the Swiffer duster. Love it or your money back.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, live from Cowboys training camp in Oxnard, California. Welcome into the program, ladies and gentlemen. Edwin, say on the air how much time I have in this segment before we have to go to break.
About 2 minutes.
About 2 minutes. You know what? I'll use that time to set up a story about the options that we have for entertainment on Wednesday night.
Oh, yeah.
And this is going to tell you guys a lot about Jason Minix and Joe Reinagel.
Well, because they don't know yet. So
they don't know.
They don't know what we have the opportunity to do.
But Jason is like, we're going to go see Vanilla Ice, and we're going to see the Sugar Hill Gang, and there's somebody else. I forgot who it was.
CC Music Factory.
CNC Music Factory. Going to make you sweat till you bleed. And then I found an alternative, which I feel is greatly superior.
It'd be a bit of a road trip. It'd be a bite of apple. It would be.
The idea of going to see Vanilla Ice is kind of funny, and it would make for a funny morning on Thursday. They're playing at the Ventura County Fair here. But for the same price, we can go see Willie Nelson, Bob Dylan, and John formerly Cougar Mellencamp,
which really is the one I'd rather
at the
see.
Hollywood Bowl in L.A.
Are you down with Dylan? I mean, seriously.
I love Bob
Oh, you
Dylan.
have? Okay.
I
I've
love
never.
Bob Dylan.
I can tell you this: in my entire life, I've never listened to 2 Bob Dylan songs in a row.
No joke. Oh, I love Bob Dylan.
No, I've listened to a Bob Dylan song, but never 2 in a row.
I think Bob Dylan is like one of the few musical geniuses.
He's an American treasure, AJ.
Yeah. And I've seen Dylan before, and the last time I saw Dylan, I thought, man, this might be the last time I see Dylan.
Well, to see Willie and Bob, it's going to be an early show.
Hey,
they turn in early.
I'm a trooper. I'm willing to stay up all night to watch Bob Dylan and Willie Nelson.
I think they will be off early enough to actually justify the trip.
Here's what I'm telling you, though.
I think we might be back earlier than if we stayed here.
Never again in your life will you have the ability to go see Willie Nelson and Bob Dylan play the Hollywood Bowl. I think we have to do it.
Birds are flying.
All right. We'll I'll give you the details on that Tua contract on the other side of this break and see what this means for Dakota. So Morning Huddle live from Oxnard on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville. Will Dallas' Dak Prescott get his new contract for his birthday during training camp in Oxnard? We're there, and if he does, you'll hear about it first. San Antonio Sports Stars coverage of Dallas Cowboys training camp, sponsored by AA Best Bell Buns and Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. Live all week from Oxnard, California. Continues all week. South Texas, home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Over the past decade, the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the UFC fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and certainly the best place to watch a game. The Roo Pub is next to the Angry Elephant and in the same plaza as the Big Blind there at 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Why wait for the weekend? Twin Peaks is serving scratch food and pouring quality cocktails every day after dark. Visit a Twin Peaks near you and experience the best late night in the league. Today, tomorrow, or any day of the week. Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, and scenic views.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
With Progressive Snapshot, you could save on auto insurance rates by driving safely, which is great because you're rarely rewarded for just being you. Ever get rewarded for being left-handed? No. You get to use weird scissors. Your reward for being a Capricorn? Cold birthdays that conflict with the holidays. And your reward for quickly responding to every work email? More emails. But with Snapshot, even left-handed Capricorns with proper email etiquette could get rewarded for good driving. So download the Progressive app today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates. Snapshot not available in all states or from all agents.
At University of Maryland Global Campus, we give our students credit. Credit for deciding while stuck in traffic to get a bachelor's degree. Credit for managing 3 kids, 2 dogs, and a full-time job to pursue an MBA. Students at UMGC can use prior learning or relevant experience to earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's. And graduate students can transfer up to 12 credits toward their master's. Apply now and save with no application fee. Flexible online and hybrid classes start August 14th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
George gets justice. If you've been injured, get George, because George gets justice. With over 100 years of combined experience and a relentless dedication to your case, the attorneys at George Salinas Injury Lawyers will fight for what's right. If you've been injured and it's not your fault, get George and get the compensation you deserve. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers 225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George gets justice. Getgeorge.com.
San Antonio's Sports Star. San Antonio's Sports Center.
San Antonio Sports Star live all week from Oxnard, California. Dallas Cowboys training camp. News from yesterday was tough. Defensive end Sam Williams was carted off the field suffering what the MRI confirmed to be a torn ACL. He will miss the 2024 season. The Texas Rangers were swept in Toronto by the Blue Jays, falling 7-3 in the finale. I'm Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning, everybody. It is 5 a.m. out here in not-so-sunny California. You lucky San Antonio bastards. It's 7 o'clock in the morning.
It's already 7 a.m. there?
You're probably out in traffic. You're probably cussing the traffic, and you're saying, or probably cussing the road construction, really. Guess what? Oxnard, California, there's no traffic.
None.
I haven't seen a single orange cone. They don't need construction here. I don't know how they've pulled it off. There's no road construction in this town.
But I'll tell you this. There's something about California. It feels like everybody has like 3 cars. There is not an open parking area anywhere in Oxnard. They park on down the street. It's like everybody's got too many cars.
Well, it's difficult for us
everywhere.
It's difficult for us because we are driving a minivan.
It's the Cadillac of minivans, a Chrysler Pacifica.
So we're having a hard time finding a parking spot that will fit us because California, as you know, Texas does have bigger parking spaces than other states.
Because we're driving big old trucks.
You don't realize it. And when I moved to Vegas and I had my big truck, I had a hard time parking there because it's like most states don't have spaces built for big trucks.
I gotta be honest. I didn't know parking space size varied.
It does. I'm telling you that you've lived in Texas your whole life.
Well, I spent some
you lived
time
in Florida.
Florida.
Did you have a truck when you lived in Florida?
No, I'm not good enough driver to drive a truck.
Okay,
I'm not a backup parker. I'm not a backer inner parker.
You're not. I am.
No.
But when you have a truck, you notice it. And California, especially, everybody's driving these little Teslas, and all these cars. Everybody drives a compact car here. Because gas is like $84 a gallon. No one's driving pickup trucks out here.
You want to drive electric? I can see the incentive here.
Oh yeah,
$5 a gallon.
Yeah. I think $5 maybe on the low. I think it was $5.89 or something like that. Absurd. Although I've got a story here. This guy in California, driving a $3.6 million hypercar.
Nice.
A Bugatti Chiron Pure Sport. You like those? Have you test driven one?
I'm a fan of those. Well, I've looked at them, but I've never been allowed to get close to one.
Well, there are 60 of those in the world. and one of them was here in California, Costa Mesa, California, not far from here.
Not far, no.
And he pulled up to a regular old Shell station, and he started to fill up his car. I'm assuming he uses premium.
I would think if you own a Bugatti Chiron,
that would be the move.
Probably requires the high test, as my dad would call it.
He decided not to take the fuel pump out of the car when he took off.
So it still had
he had the nozzle in the car.
He's
and
showing
just drove
off
off.
with the chicks.
Now, this could have been disastrous.
It should have been.
Now, remember, this car, the engine runs so hot that it has 10 radiators. 10.
Well, that's one for every cylinder, I guess.
This is like a jet, basically. And had fuel gone flying around,
it'd have been
there might have been only 59 of these Bugatti Chirons out on the
So is he
roads.
driving? I assume it's a he.
It's a he. They won't let a woman drive this car. Are you out of your mind?
It's California. Things are weird here.
Women aren't allowed to own these cars.
No,
this is man stuff.
Well, anyway,
they barely let women drive pickup trucks
this is
now.
California. It's a whole new
No, Bugatti, they won't sign off on that.
And I know those hoses are designed to like rip off.
You don't call them hose.
No, I didn't call her a hoe.
They're just women who aren't allowed to drive the cars.
I'm talking about the hose on
I
the
know,
gas
but I'm
tank.
saying, but
You're still stuck
it
on
was a dude.
Svetlana, the
It was a
finger
guy
eruption.
who filled up the car.
Yeah, okay. So did he drive off and this thing is like flapping in the wind?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, not a good job.
So what came of this?
Very little, because
Did they take his car?
No. So first of all, he drove with the it rips the nozzle out of the pump. Still attached to his 1,479 horsepower quad turbo 8.0 liter engine. And but that was the extent of the damage. It ended up not there could have been a fire, there could have been all kinds of stuff. He actually went back to the Shell station to pay for damages, which went up to $200. That's all it cost.
I think those hoses are made to be ripped off. I don't think that's that uncommon.
So it could have been a fireworks show, but it was not,
Well,
fortunately for him.
I think that the fine folks at Bugatti need to repo his vehicle.
I mean,
If you don't have that kind of sense about you.
You can't let women drive them, and if you forget to take the pump out of your car, we can't let you drive it either.
That is AJ is the real Twitter. If you have any comments regarding your gender and driving.
Okay,
ability.
listen, if you're a woman who does drive a Bugatti, prove me wrong. Otherwise, I'm right.
And how would they prove you wrong? Just one that
they would show me a picture of them driving their Bugatti Chiron. Oh, you don't think they're out there?
Oh, they're out there.
No, they're not.
Oh, they are.
No, they are not.
They're within 50 miles of where we are right now.
A woman who drives one?
Yes.
I
bet she has a Tiger too. I bet she has
No,
a Tiger.
That's more likely.
In a Bugatti Chiron.
They'll let women own Tigers, but not Bugattis.
This is California.
Listen, I know, Rob. California was my neighbor state for a few years, all right?
And they
I know what they're doing over here across
Tigers
the border.
And Chirons and all kinds of stuff.
No. Bugatti says no. Like a woman applies to buy that car, they're like, not you, sister. You got a husband who can drive this thing? This is man's work.
This is man stuff.
That's right.
You need it with the tail.
Now it's also man's work to leave the pump in the car. Like that's all. Women don't do that. They're too careful. Only
right.
men do stuff like that.
Your hole's deep enough. You've dug a nice deep hole.
Okay.
You've done a good job.
We are out here at Cowboys training camp, courtesy of AA Best Bail Bonds and Southern Recipe pork rinds. Supposedly, Minix brought a bunch of pork
Oh, he
rinds
did.
out here for us to eat. I haven't seen them.
Well, they're props. We can't eat them yet.
What?
They're going to be out. We should have them on our desk right now as a product placement. That's what we do in the professional radio business, and we will have them later today.
Yeah.
But we forgot our snack bag and our treat. Well, I never actually saw the pork rinds. I know he's got them.
That's what I'm saying. I tried to get pork rinds at the store, and he's like, "No, we've got them.
We're loaded." And the quality of what you were grabbing versus small batch, it's night and day.
Well, I was grabbing what was available.
Yeah, you didn't want any of that.
I will say this though, going to the grocery store with you guys is interesting
Well, we had to do it a new way this year. Normally, we all venture out on our own and buy whatever the hell we each individually want and then turn in our receipts. But now, because we're doing it on the company card, we had to shop like we're a family.
We did.
and
if we shop like a family, I would be like, what is wrong with our family? We are going to all be obese. We're all going to die. Nobody got anything healthy.
Well, like, when am I going to have time to go toss a fresh garden salad?
I don't know. But I got judged last night at dinner.
Well, we thought you got a salad, but it was a poke bowl. But it looked like salad.
Well, it had vegetation in it.
It looked like
but there was also rice and fish in it. And we went to a seafood place. I had fish.
No, by the way, it looked delicious. But when you brought it to the table, the greenery was on top. And we were like, all you ordered was a salad? But it was a poke bowl, but we didn't realize it.
Yeah, Minix was very judgmental of me because he hates vegetables.
We always go to this place called Sea Fresh, and it's right on a harbor right there in the Channel Islands. And food's spectacular, always excellent. And we all got – did you get the clam chowder?
I did.
Excellent clam chowder.
Great
as good as you're going to find anywhere on the West Coast.
I was a little jealous of your shrimp. You had blackened shrimp, and it
not my
very
first time.
good.
Yeah, that was good shrimp. That's not my first time to have that there. That's normally our first stop is either there or a pizza joint that we could never go to again, I think.
Because you puked all over the deck?
Not me. Not
you.
I witnessed
it must have been Ryan
a former member of the San Antonio Sports Star fraternity embarrass us, and
humiliate you,
star, and everybody thing. I don't even want to get into it.
Okay.
But we can't return to one of our favorite spots, but we went to one of the good ones last
night.
They've
probably forgotten by now.
So you brought it up, and I was thinking we should probably leave it up to the Brigade Bar, or at least ask them if you had the choice to go to the Ventura County Fair, right on the water. It's really kind of think Lost Boys kind of vibe to it, and go see Vanilla Ice,
CNC Music Factory, and Sugar Hill Gang.
Sugar Hill Gang, which on its own, or on the very same night we could drive to LA. It'd be about an hour and a half drive. Go to the Hollywood Bowl and see Willie, Bob Dylan, and John Mellencamp, formerly John Cougar Mellencamp.
This isn't even a contest.
The dollar values are about the same. Now, we could get VIP treatment for the cost of a back row at Bob and Willie. It's Willie and Bob. Let's put it right.
I don't know.
It's Willie and Bob from Texas. You're outside, I can get it, but for Willie and Bob,
who do you think's headlining?
Probably Bob.
It has to be.
Yeah, he's the legend. I'm sure Willie would want Bob to headline. Which would you do? Let us know. Go to LA, see Willie. I think
you have
I think Mike's right. But we haven't brought this up to Joe and Jason.
What's your opinion on this, Clay? Which one do you prefer? Yeah, I think everybody. I think a sensible person would say Willie and Bob.
A couple years back, it's probably been what he figured, Clay, about 5 years ago for the rodeo. We were getting to the point where I wanted Clay to see Willie live, and he hadn't seen him at that point. I was like, you better come home and let's go to the rodeo, because we don't know how many times we're going to get a chance to see Willie again. And that was 5 years ago. He's still turning the corner and making some money. But anytime you get a chance to see Willie, you better go do it.
I think so.
It could be one of the last.
Yep. So that's my vote, certainly.
Bobby says it shouldn't even be a question. All right. I think we're all in the same vibe now.
The only one listen. Joe Reinagle he's 100% going to be on our team on this.
I think Jason will too.
I don't know about him. Jason's like, who puts on the best show ever is Green Day. He's got, nothing against Green Day, but you're talking about the best show ever?
I don't think he said ever.
That's what he said. He said they're the best live band he's seen.
Well, he's a Metallica guy.
Green Day or Blink 182, he said.
But I can't imagine. But I think that's like
of
course, other than Metallica, because that to him, I think that's the ultimate show. Metallica, and to me, I thought it was.
Well, he said Green Day and Blink 182 put on the
Blink
best
182 does put on a good show.
I'm sure they do, but it's kid music.
What? No.
Yes.
Well, not when they came out.
Blink 182 has always been kid music. They're kids who make music for kids, and now they're old people who make music for kids.
I never considered them kid music when I heard the lyrics.
Are you serious? Their album is called "Take Off Your Pants and Jacket." You don't think that's for kids?
That's a lovely play on words. It's a witty play on words.
It is.
In fact, it made me think they were even older when I saw that. I thought, what a witty repartee these young gentlemen must have.
Yeah, they make music for kids. That's children's music, which is fine when you're a kid. And I'm not opposed to it. It's fun. But Bob, Willie, these are like American songwriting legends.
Yeah, but like I said, Bob Dylan for 30 minutes.
Dude, Bob Dylan does
How many? I name one. I know one Bob Dylan song. Times are changing or whatever it is.
What about Like a Rolling Stone?
Isn't that the same song?
How does it feel?
Isn't that the same song? That's the one song I know.
Okay. Well, I will say this. The thing about Dylan is he does not like to like what you hear on his albums. That's not what he does live.
Oh, like I get more energy live, I hope?
No, not necessarily more energy, but like a different arrangement. He does a different arrangement to his songs almost every night. So every time you see him, it's a different kind of show.
Okay.
And let's be honest, if you're going to a Willie show, you're not going for the energy.
But at least I know all of the songs. I'm not going to know anything from Dylan.
Well, listen, I can't help more about you don't have taste.
I'm not anti. I'm just telling you. I have never spent more than 5 minutes listening to any Bob Dylan song.
You know what we'll do? On the way to the Dylan show,
we're going to have
we'll Spotify a little.
Boy, can you imagine we're rocking down the PCH, looking at the beach, jamming to some Dylan? I mean, have it at 10, man.
I think you How
does it feel?
I think you're undercultured when it comes to Bob Dylan. I think you would like it.
We're jamming.
Little blood on the track, some blonde on blonde. I think you would like Bob Dylan.
I like what was that next song?
No, those are his albums.
Oh.
Yeah. I think you'll like this.
I'm not, again, opposed. I just don't know his music.
Okay. Well,
I'm sure that I will
that's an easy
appreciate
fix.
it as the rest of the world has.
What about John Mellencamp?
Now, I know his stuff.
Okay.
Little Pink Houses, baby.
Okay.
Jack and Diane. I could go on.
A little ditty. I like that little ditty. I think, although ditty is
sucking
now,
on chili dogs, whatever the hell that means.
Yeah, it's a tasty freeze.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you can say Diddy in a positive light anymore now that he's like a rapist and a generally bad person.
Oh, we jumped from little Diddy.
Yeah, to
big Diddy.
Yeah, regular Diddy.
To criminal Diddy.
Criminal Diddy. Yeah.
He Diddy.
The Diddy of crime.
He Diddy, the little boy. I think
That's not what I was going to say. That's not what I was going to say out loud. All right, let's take a break. We got more on the menu today. We got Team USA on the menu. We got the NBA stuff on the menu. We'll talk you know what? We need to talk about Sam Williams on the other side. We haven't mentioned him. A big blow to the Cowboys. We'll talk about that next. The Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Right now, as you sit, you're probably headed toward the scale because you've been on a diet. You've been told on Mondays is weigh-in day. You had your cheat day, and now you get to weigh in and see what you got to do this week to make up for your cheat day that you had on Saturday. If that's the case, you're probably not going to lose much weight. You know, I went and saw Dr. Jacob Torres back in 2017. It's funny, this time of year as I hit my Facebook memories, I'm always out at Childless Cowboy training camp, and I get pictures through the years of me slowly losing weight and going all the way back to the first time I walked into the office there with Dr. Jacob Torres. And I tell you, the difference is night and day. I feel better now than I did way back then. If you've decided it's time to lose weight, if doctors have told you it's time to lose weight, or, you know, you looked in the mirror and you're just not happy with where you are, it might be time to change your life. And if you want to take the one last diet, the one that you will go on and never need to go on another diet again, it is time to meet Dr. Torres at the IFF. He puts together programs specifically for each patient. He understands that, weight loss is it's a simple premise. If you understand you burn more calories than you take in, you're going to lose weight. Now, that's the physical side. The mental side needs to be addressed as well. And that's where Dr. Torres has been so successful, because not only does he treat the body, but the mind. And if you put the two together and you're working for the same goal, you'll be amazed at how far you can come. I want you to find out how easy it will be for you. Call him today. The number's 210-468-1891. Now, his website is iffhealth.com. Go there. Do your due diligence. Ask the questions that are appropriate, and then give him a call. I'll tell you what, he can change your life. Once you make that call, you're going to do something that you will not look back on. It won't be the hardest thing you'll ever do, but you're going to have some fun doing it. It's time to lose weight. Call Dr. Torres today. Change your life, and when you do, I want you to call him. Thank me later.
San Antonio Sports Star. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and the Gomez Law Firm present the first annual Back to School Drive this Saturday from noon till 2 p.m. while supplies last at Gomez Law Firm, 2943 Moss Rock Drive. Free backpacks and school supplies for all school-age children, only while supplies last, so don't be late. This Saturday from noon to 2 p.m. at Gomez Law Firm, 2943 Moss Rock Drive. Presented by the Gomez Law Firm and in part by ProStar Home Care Services, Sonora Bank, Las Palapas, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Pork rinds pack a protein punch and are the boldest low-carb snacks out there. Skip the chip and try Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds for that ultimate crunch. And with flavors that will have you craving for more, the time to stock up on Southern Recipe at H-E-B is now. Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. Be big, be bold, be adventurous.
Come to the mega sale at Baseball Express. Everything baseball and softball, bats and gloves, steel and molded cleats, performance gear, and all other equipment must go. 75% off all apparel and footwear, and up to 60% off everything else. Baseball Express on East Nakoma.
I don't like onions. I'm doing paleo. Do they have gluten-free bagels? You can't juggle every food request for a work event, or can you? EasyCater is the all-in-one tech platform that makes it easy to get restaurant catering for work, with options for any group's size, taste, dietary preference, or budget. EasyCater saves your favorite restaurants and orders, which makes reordering a snap. Need to modify an order? No problem. So when it comes to food for work, make it easy on yourself with EasyCater. Start your order at easycater.com.
At Progressive, we know money can't buy you happiness, but money did help you buy an RV, which means an excuse from working Saturday with your insufferable coworker, Dave. So money is helping you listen to birds chirp instead of Dave chirping about how his toddler is fluent in 3 languages. And it's also why you'll be smelling pine trees in the air, not Dave's tuna melt reheating in a microwave. So save money by bundling your RV or boat insurance with home or auto from Progressive and buy more happiness, or something close to it. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Hey everybody, it's Joe Reinagel from The Blitz. I cannot tell you how happy I am with my brand new Connecticut quality water softener. Had it in my house now for about 2 weeks, and the difference it is making is just unbelievable. You know, Connecticut's been serving San Antonio for over 50 years. Their products are made in America, and you live in San Antonio in South Texas, a water softener, it's a must. And Connecticut is the absolute best, up to 80% more efficient than competing models. Simple design, fewer moving parts, and in fact, you don't plug it in. No plug-in at all. It does not run on electricity. It only works when you need it to work. And right now, if you've been thinking about a Connecticut quality water softener in your home, Connecticut is going to let you try one for 90 days, absolutely free with no contract. All you have to do is give them a call, 656-PURE, 656-7873, or ConnecticutSA.com. With a true Vegas feel, the Big Blind is the premier poker room in San Antonio, featuring an upscale environment, catering to players from all abilities. From high-octane tournaments or lively cash games, the Big Blind has a game for everyone, including blackjack tournaments. From the owners of the Roo Pub and the Angry Elephant, the Big Blind is locally owned and operated, offering daily cash games to daily, weekly, and monthly tournaments. Learn more online at thebigblindsa.com. The Big Blind at 281 and Redland Road.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams July Summer Sale and get 35% off paints and stains from July 26th through August 5th. With prices starting at $31.84, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your bedroom, living room, or home office, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Life hack number 7. Get an iPhone 12 on Straight Talk. Life hack. Here's how it works. You walk into Walmart, go to the electronics section, ask for iPhone 12 with 5G and a dual camera system, and select the new Silver Unlimited plan. They'll smile because it's a good plan. You get real unlimited data all for just $20 a month for the whole first year. Get it at Walmart or StraightTalk.com. Straight Talk. Less dollars, more sense. Taxes and fees apply. Requires activation of iPhone 12 and a new Silver Unlimited plan or higher end auto pay enrollment. $25 a month service credit applied for up to 12 months if eligibility requirements are met. For network management practices, visit StraightTalk.com.
You're locked on The Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime!
It's the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, live from Oxnard, California, Dallas Cowboys training camp. Ladies and gentlemen, brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds and Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. My name is AJ Hoffman. I am your affable host, joined as always.
Affable, are you?
I am. Do you disagree?
You didn't bring your laptop.
What do you think I'm working on right here?
You didn't bring the right one.
I brought the right one.
You know how perfect our day would have been if you'd have brought your laptop this
Dude,
morning?
everything is working fine on my end, Bubba.
On your laptop, and then things went south.
That is the less than affable Rob Thompson, who joins me on this program.
I'm cold,
every day.
my brother. I'm
he's
cold.
He's being all bitchy because he's cold. He's like a woman. He's uncomfortable. So he's like, I'm gonna
Give
be
me
a
your
jerk.
jacket.
Yeah. You're not even wearing that jacket. You don't need it.
Coat. I'm cold.
You're fat. You don't need. What do you need it for?
Getting hungry. We left our snacks.
Yeah. Sam Williams. I like to call him Samuel or Sammy.
Sam is under a dark cloud, man.
What an unfortunate turn! An unfortunate turn of events for him. I wanted to say an unfortunate break, but that wouldn't be pleasant.
Is it a break or a rip?
I don't know. He broke his ACL. It's the same thing. And I always I can empathize. You've had some
amount of ACL work.
I've had. I'm counting my natural ACL that God gave me. I'm on my 4th ACL as we speak.
So you did a bunch of the cadaver work?
I did. The last 2 have been cadavers.
Yeah.
The first one was a piece of my hamstring, which was a regrettable choice because it was harder for me to rehab my hamstring than it was my knee. And then I blew out somebody else's ACL, and this last time they gave me somebody's Achilles, and they said this is a lot tougher ligament. You're gonna have a real hard time blowing this out because they know I'm very hard on my knees.
It's your lateral quickness.
That's what it is, and my burst.
Your cat-like quickness.
My burst is too much for a normal human's knees to deal with.
I'm looking at the Dallas Cowboys depth chart.
Okay,
at linebacker. Now this is in the 4-3 base. You see.
Mm-hmm.
With our new Zimmer defense.
Does it have Marshawn Nealand basically taking over the
Well, I'm
reps?
looking at our linebackers as we sit. And we got the Will Damone Clark. Got the Mike Eric Kendricks. Got the Sam Maris Liafau. Backups, Buddy Johnson, Marquise Bell, and DeMarvin Overshone.
But I think in the 4-3 they looked at Sam as a lineman, a defensive end.
So in that 4-3 base, I'm trying to figure where they thought he might have been playing in and who has taken his. This is, the thing with Sam was he was such a playmaker who made so many mistakes. In his brief early career that, penciling him in as anything else, they have him behind DeMarcus now, and he's out. Tyrus Wheat probably moving into the second slot, or Chauncey Golston moving over.
I think it could be that Marshawn Nealand, the 2nd-round draft pick out of Western Michigan.
This could be a fortuitous pick.
Yeah, you don't draft a guy in the 2nd round in hopes that if you have a key injury that he's not going to play. So I would assume that unless he's a total dud, which we'll find out this week, we'll be able to see him a little bit.
They have him at right defensive end behind Micah right now.
Okay, yeah, I would assume that he's a guy who is probably going to benefit greatly from this if he can play. Now, again, you don't take a guy in the 2nd round if you don't think he can play, and it's probably too early for them to know that he can't.
With everybody. With the new positions, and I don't know how different this is going to be from Quinn's offense or defense with Zimmer here. I'm really eager to see practice today just to see exactly how these guys are moving because I didn't see Sam playing at defensive end. I thought he was going to be more of a stand-up coverage linebacker.
Well, this is from the Cowboys directly.
Mm-hmm.
They have DeMarcus listed as a defensive end.
Mm-hmm.
They have Sam Williams listed as a defensive end. Marshawn Nealand listed as a defensive end. They've got Michael listed as a linebacker.
See, we have on the ESPN base, they have Micah as a defensive end.
Okay. Well, who knows what the
right?
Like you said, we'll find out.
I think the great benefactor here is not only the fifth round pick, but Overshown. I think is going to get a little bit more time, and we've been waiting on Overshown after last year's injury, so I think it opened the door for him for a little bit more. It's funny that we focus so much on the offseason on the offensive side of the ball that the defense, with Zimmer showing up and Micah Parsons and Diggs and everything else, that I think the general feeling is it doesn't have to be great. It just has to be good enough.
Yeah.
And the first injury out of the box comes defensively. And normally in my experience, once you start shuffling around, another one's coming because guys are doing different stuff, doing different things. And there'll be a second injury in that room because of the added stress until they can get another body in the building for what goes on. I've just seen it an awful lot. So you have to really watch. Let's watch the defensive end in the lineman room over the next couple of days, see if injuries start to play a role early on, because right now it's a body count thing. You just need a lot of bodies in front of your starters to handle the reps that everybody else needs as well. And you start taking more and more reps, then the more likelihood it is those starters get a little bit dinged up as you go into the regular season. I've seen it too often. So this is worthy of watching all week long as we're going to get a chance to see them live. It's going to be interesting to watch how this defense moves now. I had not – in my list of things I was eager to see, it was deep on the other side of the ball before I really wanted to look at it's all offense anymore. And we forget with Zimmer there, things have changed pretty significantly. And more than that, I can't wait to see the style, because everybody talks about Zimmer and his player. He ain't Quinn. He is not a player's coach. He's an old school, he'll wear you out kind of coach. He's not your friend. He's your coach.
I think this is going to be – it's funny because you're right. Everybody's talking about the offense, but I think that's because there's so many –
right.
Let's face it, there's so many questions about personnel on the offensive side, but the defense is going to look the most different this season. And I think, while we're out here this week, that may be the best way to get a feel for what this defense is going to look like, because if you're not at Cowboys training camp, you're not going to know what to expect until probably until week one of the regular season, because I don't think you're going to see a whole lot of the ones in the preseason.
No.
So it's going to be a surprise to a lot of people. So I think we're going to get a good feel this week for what that defense could look like, or at least what the maybe not what the personnel are going to be, certainly, but at least what the scheme looks like.
I saw early on in practice, I think first day, Dak threw a couple of interceptions. Jordan Lewis had a nice grab. Early on, at least, the defense was winning, as is typical of the first couple of days.
Well, who the hell's Dak supposed to throw it to, Rob?
Jalen Tolbert.
Mr. Lamb just isn't showing up for some reason.
Jalen Cropper. Oh, wait, no, not him. Kelvin Harmon.
These are made-up people you're talking about.
Ryan Flournoy.
What about Racy McMath?
He's never open.
What about David Durden?
David Durden. That's the mini wide receivers. Notice CD is listed.
He is. He's still on the team.
He's not. He's holding out, not holding in.
But he is still on the team.
He is still on the team. We've heard two different reports over the last 2 days. Rappaport says one thing. Diana Rossini says another. One's close, one's far. In your mind, where are they?
On CD?
On CD.
I think they're close.
I think so, too.
I can't imagine that they are going to – the Dak thing, I still believe this. The Dak thing may well not get solved at all. The Dak thing may go into next offseason, and depending on what this season looks like, they'll either have to – now they're going to have to pay Dak so much over market because they've disrespected him or whatever, but they were going to pay him over market anyway if they were going to pay him. Or they're going to let him walk, depending on how the season goes, and let someone else overpay Dak. But CD, I don't think there's any – I don't think there's an option. We just read off this bummy-ass wide receiver list. You can't go into an NFL season where you're expected to make something happen with that as your wide receiver group.
It's certainly expecting your quarterback with no contract and your coach with no contract to coach without your top 5 wide receiver in the league.
Well, and let's face it, when's the last time that a holdout happened that the guy didn't play when it was time to play? Like, that almost never happens. Like, yeah, he's missing training camp. When it's time to play, they'll have it figured out. Every day we get closer to the start of the season, the pressure turns up to get something done. My guess is they end up getting something done.
And the number's easily attainable. It's not one in debate. We've seen everybody's hovering around the same number. I feel like he's probably going to be chasing Justin Jefferson numbers, though. There might be. I think you could probably structure the contract where it's not as much as Jefferson's getting, but you could get the guarantees kind of close, that kind of stuff that might make it a little bit easier to do. And I said it last week. I really feel like Jerry just needs a win.
I think so
needs
too.
a good PR day to come in and show you this is what all in looks like, and all in counts until kickoff of week 1. If all in the offseason is still going until we kick it off. So that might be the justification here for the next couple of days.
All right, let's hit a break. When we come back, we'll catch you up on the Olympics. We got more Cowboys talk to come. Don't you worry your pretty little Cowboys-loving heads. But there's other things going on, especially in the wide world over in Paris, France, where America had to storm the beaches to save their sorry asses. And now we're taking over. And our basketball team finally looks like they're supposed to look. About freaking time they get it together. We'll talk about that next as we let our angels sing us to break on the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, the beautiful blue skies and cool temperatures of Oxnard, California. We're at Cowboys training camp.
Our AA Best Bail Bonds Cowboys training camp coverage begins Monday at 2 o'clock from the tennis courts there in Oxnard.
It's with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Will CeeDee Lamb show up for training camp or hold out for a new deal? San Antonio Sports Star is live from Cowboys training camp in Oxnard, California, with the answer to that question and others. Team coverage brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds and Southern Recipe Pork Rinds continues all this week. South Texas, home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Selling your home is full of catch-22s. Do you pay for upgrades like new flooring and fresh paint to sell for more, or put that money toward your dream home? Jason Minix here from San Antonio Sports Star. I want to tell you about Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program, where you can do both. Get more money for your current home and put more money down on your new one. Here's how it works. Orchard makes you an impressive backup cash offer for your old home. That unlocks cash for you to buy and move into your new home. Next, your Orchard team handles the repairs and upgrades on your old home at no upfront cost. Then your local Orchard agent lists, shows, and sells your home on the market. One customer said, quote, "Orchard sold my home for more than I expected, and I got a golf cart." Home selling doesn't have to be a catch-22. With Orchard, get expert guidance and top dollar for your home. Visit Orchard.com and start with your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com. Orchard.com.
If you're a man and you live in or around the San Antonio area, you need to listen to this message. Do you find yourself stressing about or even avoiding intimate moments? Do you find yourself thinking, is it going to work? Does your partner look at you and ask, is it me? Did I do something wrong? Do you get frustrated when things don't live up to their expectations? Men, you're not alone, and we have a solution. For over a decade, Mojo has delivered 100% guaranteed male performance results. Mojo truly works every single time. Guys, Mojo works when all other things fail, and its proprietary formula has helped thousands of men live their best lives again. Yeah! Mojo is 100% natural, blood pressure safe, diabetic friendly, and fast acting. And Mojo is now available in both spray and capsule formulas exclusively at Pure Line Nutrition. Call Pure Line Nutrition in San Antonio today at 210-494-2210. That's Pure Line Nutrition, 210-494-2210.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio representing people and families who've been injured in traffic collisions since 1994. The reason it's important to call me as soon as possible is the number of tricks and mistakes you can make, even up to talking to insurance companies, which I'm going to tell you not to do. And also some of the billing practices at our local hospitals. And over the last year, I've seen more and more of this, where hospitals are asking patients to assign benefits they do not have to assign, all in an effort to get more money to the hospital than they would receive if all you used was your health insurance. When you call, I will give you your options. We'll talk about your case. And all of that is free of charge. If you or a family member has been injured in a traffic accident, whether car, commercial truck, motorcycle, I want you to call me as soon as possible after the collision. My number, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or go to my website at alawyerforus.com.
If you miss the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you miss this.
Bill Belichick is joining Inside the NFL for the upcoming season.
I guess he's tired of babysitting, so he needs to get out of the house on occasion. No, anybody that's upset with Bill Belichick because he's dating a 2-year-old, I mean.
She's not 2.
Oh,
she is legal.
Hey, I applaud it.
You're just jealous.
No, I'm not jealous.
You sound jealous.
Right home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1 San Antonio's.
Hi, this is Joe Reinagle. You're listening to the home of the Texas Rangers, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Morning, Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, live in Oxnard, California. It's starting to warm up a little bit. The sun's peeking out. I think we're going to be okay here shortly. Rob's going to survive.
57 degrees.
All the leg hairs on Rob's legs are standing up at attention. Clay's over here huddled up like he's going to die. But I think we're going to make it, friends. I think we're all going to be okay.
Start a fire in a trash can.
That's the California thing to do. That's the California thing to do.
Like the homeless dudes down on the corner.
We have a tent already, although this is a nicer tent than Skid Row.
There are folks downtown that would kill or die for this.
Hell
this is luxury living.
Hell yeah. But there's a sign that says max occupancy 10, no smoking, and no pooping in this tent. So might not be the best fit for downtown LA, unfortunately. We are the Morning Huddle, San Antonio Sports Star. The Olympic Games, the Olympiad. I don't know what number Olympiad it is.
The 33rd Olympiad.
33rd? That's it?
Mm-hmm. The games of the 33rd.
That can't be right.
Every 4 years.
They've been doing this since Athens, Greece, and this is number 33.
Well, they didn't start it up. They didn't start the numbers again until the early 1900s, 100 years ago.
Okay, well, it doesn't feel right to me, but okay. I'm going to take your word for it, Rob.
That's 120 some odd years, 130 years.
Yeah, you know, it feels like more.
Okay.
What do I know?
It's Roman
even count in the winter?
I'm just saying they're calling it the 33rd Olympiad. I don't know how they came to it, but
okay.
That's how it came to it.
Who am I to argue with them?
The Olympic folks. Who are the suits?
Who am I to argue with numbers? What do I know? But Team USA off to a nice start. Yes, thank you. Good job, Edwin. Team USA off to a good start yesterday morning as they mollywopped. That's a word you can only use in America. Mollywopped those Serbians who spelled their name wrong on their jerseys like a bunch of idiots. There. You don't spell Serbia with a J, you dopes. But
like Turkey.
Yeah, we kicked the living ass out of them, and
Durant didn't miss a shot.
He still hasn't missed.
Perfect for the Olympics.
Jason Tatum either hasn't missed a shot.
He didn't miss a play either.
So,
hasn't missed any popcorn.
Yeah,
got a couple of hot dogs. He got everything from whatever they serve at Lille, France.
That's right.
He had a full complement of the concessions because he wasn't in.
I got news. We're back, baby.
Well,
the boss is back.
Have you seen our spur over the weekend? Have you seen Wimby?
Well, yeah, fine. Listen, I don't like Wimby right now. I'll start liking him in a couple weeks. Right now, he's a traitorous scumbag.
Until I play him. Until he's an enemy of my enemy right now is my friend. Until we see him in whatever middle round.
I want South Sudan to eliminate him, so we never have to see him.
Or worry about any kind of let's not even bring it up. But I'll tell you, on Saturday was an extraordinary experience.
He is a good sports player.
That guy can play some basketball.
He
was
is
pretty impressive.
He's a very good sports player and very tall.
Do you think Steve Kerr was holding back? Do you think we were playing possum with Durant?
Yes. Yeah. And I said this earlier in the process when they sent Kawhi home because he was physically unable to perform, even though he was practicing. And KD was still hanging around, not practicing, yet somehow there was no question he was going to be on the roster. I said, this dude's not hurt. He just doesn't want to practice. And you know what? Good for him because you can show up and, not miss a shot. God bless you. Don't practice.
He is the greatest Olympian we've had.
Michael Phelps would argue.
No, I'm talking basketball Olympian.
Oh, okay.
As far I know that Melo's our leading scorer, I think.
No, he's not anymore. KD is the leading scorer.
has it now. He is our best in my lifetime.
Oh, you know what? KD is the leading Team USA scorer. That might count like the World Cups and stuff like that.
I think Team USA. That's what I'm talking about.
He's Team USA's greatest scorer.
Yeah,
of all
and
time.
I think he's our best Olympic player of all time.
I don't.
He's a cheat code overseas.
I think that's there's a good argument to be made. But you know what? It was good to see yesterday. LeBron looked really good.
Hustling.
LeBron, he had a steal that led to a breakaway, and then he did the flex on him thing, and it was like, oh, boy, they're beat, friend. Serbia, those bunch of skinny white boys, started sagging their shoulders. They knew they were beat. And
you got to hand it to Joker to know he's going into this game.
He kind of stunk yesterday.
Well,
though.
I mean, he knows. He knows he's going in there with his boys, Slobodan and, Milos and those boys. But Slobodan and Milos ain't LeBron and Devin Booker and KD. You're rolling in with your boys. This is going to be a hard day's work. And it was. I mean, he did all he could in the first half. It was kind of close. KD decided that's enough. Let's pack it up and let's go get some escargot. Let's finish this game off early.
Yeah, they cut it to 2 with just a couple minutes to go in the first half, and then KD ran down the court and he
nailed it.
It's funny watching him dribble. It doesn't look natural. It almost doesn't look athletic even.
It's a long bounce.
It's just he's so long and weird looking. But he just pulled up at the 3 and chucked it, and Rob was like, "Whoa, kill some clock!"
Okay,
and
but
then,
first
boom,
of all,
splash.
It was 58 whatever at the end of a 20-minute half. I thought it was the end of the game as we walked up to the bar. I thought it had just been a low-scoring drill-up game. But I see Kevin Durant with 30 seconds to go and what is a 6-point game pull up from 3, and I thought, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And splash and never look back.
Yeah, so they kind of they pulled away a little bit at halftime, and after that they rolled downhill on the Serbians.
And we saw Greece go down, so they're obviously it is U.S. and Wimby. That's what it is. And I would say the French, but it's Wimby.
Germany looked pretty good. They played Japan.
I think the Germans and the Australians are going to be playing for bronze.
Okay. Listen, South Sudan still hanging in there.
Hey, man,
they got a win in round 1.
Looks like they're playing in co-rec jerseys.
Yeah, God bless them. They're out there battling. If Team USA plays like they played yesterday, everybody's playing for silver.
No question.
Because during the friendlies or exhibitions, whatever you wanted to call it, I was starting to get real worried because and maybe we were playing with our food. Maybe that's what it was.
I think some of the lines were a little scary as far as 12, 14, 19 points. That's a little big. But we said earlier was if U.S. plays their game, there's nobody within 20 points of them. I mean, they have to rely the Serbians. They know how to play international basketball, and for a half they played international basketball to the point where they stayed close. But the onslaught,
overwhelmed.
I mean, when your B team is Devin Booker, I mean, when you're bringing Booker and Anthony Edwards off the bench, it's just like defending a waterfall. It just keeps coming. So if they're playing well, they should run away from everybody. But the French have enough to make it interesting. They have enough to keep the game close. And again, the 40 minutes throws guys off. It is a short game, and if you can't get down by much. And referees, the way they ref these games, it's a downhill slide from 10 minutes to go. The way international games go, they know there's going to be a lot of free throws late, so the clock keeps moving and things happen faster than they do in the NBA, and games can get away from you. They can. You just run out of time before you have a chance to go win one. Ask Pop. It happened to him a couple years ago in Australia. I mean, they had a good plan. They just ran out of time. They just didn't have enough on the clock.
I think the problem with this Euro ball is some of these guys, they're always looking for that extra pass, and our team is hungry for the ball. They're taking risks on the defensive end, and Drew Holiday I saw do it a couple times yesterday. LeBron I saw do it a couple times.
They're jumping those internal Serbian passes. What they had them, yeah.
And that's leading to fast breaks. And these international guys aren't catching us on fast breaks. So I think the big concern for this team was going to be defense all along, and I think that's
not going to be a problem.
Defense is the reason why Drew Holiday is so valued by Team USA, because they can put out a bunch of guys who don't care about defense, and as long as Drew Holiday's out there on the ball, it makes everything more difficult on these other teams.
And because Drew can get on the ball or get on the receiving end of the first or second pass, you notice yesterday, especially when Embiid got a little tired, they moved LeBron down to the paint.
Yep.
LeBron was guarding. That kind of ability to flex 4 different positions like that, those are the kind of games you just figure out how much do we want to win by, because they locked them down in the second half because there wasn't those internal passes. They just weren't there anymore.
And
LeBron
the truth is,
hustling.
Team USA's size is just
It
overwhelming.
shouldn't be close.
You see these dudes who are like 6'7" trying to check Anthony Davis, and it's like, God bless you for trying.
Which team appears to be more dominant, the men's basketball or the women's soccer?
I'll be honest, I watched 5 minutes of the women's soccer last night, and I wanted to kill myself.
Well, 3-1 over the Germans. Respect. We know that's world-class kind of stuff. The American soccer team, those ladies are good.
I hate soccer in the Olympics. They were just, especially this, I don't know, maybe the men's soccer will be better. But those women, I mean, it was like 40 seconds of just kicking the ball around, like in the backfield, like just kicking it back and forth to the same two people. Like, I'll pass to you, you pass to me.
Well, they had a 3-1 lead, a 2-1 lead.
No, this was when it was 1-1. They're just running clock off the time. Like, make something happen.
Well, they scored like 3 goals in 8 minutes.
Wow.
I think they.
As we know, soccer was invented by European ladies to give them something to do while the men do the cooking. And,
it has worked so far in Britain. The men's sevens rugby. I learned something. Did you know they can play 2 games a day, rugby? And sevens? They're playing 2 games a day.
I'll be honest. If I played like 10 minutes of a rugby game, I would need to take a week off. And I saw, you know what sport I will stop on if I find it? I haven't gone out of my way to search for much Olympics.
Oh, I have.
My wife is all over it. She's like you. She's like, she was pissed off that the gymnastics were happening at off hours. Like, she's like, they should schedule everything to make America appease, which I agree with.
We're paying for it.
Yeah. But I saw some highlights yesterday of the women's rugby.
Oh, dude.
Bro, we have a big old girl on our team. I don't know her name. I'll look her up during the break. She trucked some gals, and
has she been invited to a NFL training camp?
She might be. Now that Sam is out, the Cowboys may want to give her a call. This gal, honestly, I'd give her carries over Zeke. I mean,
okay, so I watched our U.S. girls are actually pretty good.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Dude, I will watch a game if I see that.
She's
come on.
tough. Let's see, what else have we been moderately successful?
Lady volleyball, beach volleyball.
The women's beach volleyball, we saw them win last night. Women's handball. I haven't seen Team USA, but I've become a fan of women's handball.
Wow.
And fencing. Have you seen fencing?
I haven't seen any fencing.
Fencing, I don't know where they're doing it, but the venue is ridiculous.
Well, nobody showed up to that lady soccer game, I noticed. They were all bored by it, too. All right, we'll be back. More from Cowboys camp in Oxnard. The Morning Huddle 94.1, San Antonio's Sports Star.
The Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM, Floresville.
The biggest pro football contests in Vegas are back. Circa Survivor and Circa Million are now up to a record $16 million in guaranteed prizes. 2 ways to win and no rate. Circa Survivor contestants select one team each week with no point spread. Last the longest to win it all with $10 million guaranteed. In Circa Million, make 5 picks against the spread each week for your share of $6 million guaranteed through quarterly and full season payouts. Enter in Nevada. Play from anywhere. Visit circusports.com for details.
The granddaddy of all hunting shows is back. The 2024 Hunters Extravaganza. August 16th through the 18th at the Freeman Coliseum Expo Hall. Fun for the whole family. Check out our hunting seminars, the latest in hunting equipment, last season's best bucks in our annual deer contest, and for the little hunters, games, live alligators, snakes, and more. August 16th through the 18th at the Freeman Coliseum Expo Hall. For details and tickets, go to huntersextravaganza.com.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
At University of Maryland Global Campus, we give our students credit. Credit for deciding while stuck in traffic to get a bachelor's degree. Credit for managing 3 kids, 2 dogs, and a full-time job to pursue an MBA. Students at UMGC can use prior learning or relevant experience to earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's. And graduate students can transfer up to 12 credits toward their master's. Apply now and save with no application fee. Flexible online and hybrid classes start August 14th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm personal price plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the personal price plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Come to Generations Federal Credit Union and drive away with a great competitive rate on your auto loan. We make auto loans simple, with no payments for up to 90 days, easy applications, and fast local decisions. Apply online or in person at Generations Federal Credit Union. Member owned, community grown.
Rates and terms subject to approval and may change without notice. Interest will continue to accrue during the payment deferral period. Full terms and conditions at mygenfcu.org/auto. Federally insured by NCUA.
Joel, I'm proud to introduce my latest in-summer relaxation relief-cation. I call it the Quarter Moon Grill and Go. It's a stainless steel propane gas grill with this, a full-size urinal. If you're gonna grill and you gotta go, it's the Grill and Go.
Folks, at Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, we fix plumbing and AC issues fast and at a fair price. 210-651-5899.
Grill and
go away, Nigel. Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC.
License number TACLA 88589E and 16004.
TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine is excited to announce a partnership that is revolutionizing access to care for orthopedic patients. The HURT app provides free 24/7 access to orthopedic expertise. HURT is the app to have before you need it. Don't wait for an injury to happen. Download HURT now for free, fast virtual access to orthopedic specialists. The HURT app is available online in the App Store and Google Play. Learn more about the HURT app and the OrthoNow Injury Clinic at TSAOG.com.
My son loves to fly kites, but my active psoriatic arthritis can sometimes hold me back. Now with Skyrizi to treat my skin and joints, I'm ready to go. Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults, helps with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. For those who also have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible with just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi today and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. San Antonio Sports Center.
San Antonio Sports Star live all week from Oxnard, California. Dallas Cowboys training camp. News from yesterday was tough. Defensive end Sam Williams was carted off the field suffering what the MRI confirmed to be a torn ACL. He will miss the 2024 season. The Texas Rangers were swept in Toronto by the Blue Jays, falling 7-3 in the finale. I'm Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning. This is the Morning Huddle live from Oxnard, California, here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds and Southern Recipe Pork Rinds.
As the sun comes up, man, you can really get a view. If you're not on the Brigade Bar or watching us live, you can kind of see where we are. See the sun coming up behind you.
You can kind of see it.
We're behind the grandstands facing the football field.
This is where all the big fancies sit.
And we're looking forward. See, let me turn my camera real quick. If you look out that way, no, this way, we want to look out. See the podium right there in the middle? That's where Jerry
That's where
speaks.
Jerry says cuss words now.
Every day when we get our noon update, we'll get one from Jerry and from McCarthy.
Angry cuss words from Jerry.
See, this is the layout if you're curious. See, don't you wish you were watching us on your device right now, because you would have seen the confines on the tennis courts here in Oxnard.
And you'd see Rob with no shirt on.
No shirt.
He's complaining about being cold, yet he's out here with no shirt.
You know, I'm toughing it out.
Like a real man. A real man.
There's one.
Speaking of a real man, Charles Barkley.
This is all playing into Charles' hands. You know this, right? Everything he says from here on out is making him more money.
So first of all, he said a couple things. He said he is now willing to work for someone else because he said TNT owes me $21 million a year for 10 years. And he said they've got two choices. They can either, buy him out, or they can ask him to take a pay cut. And he said, there's no way I'm taking a pay cut.
We argue with general managers in sports franchises for signing bad contracts. So the TNT president of sports programming signed him to a deal longer than the contract they had for the sport that he covered.
Not wise.
That's the kind of career-limiting move that will get him exited when they have to pay Charles Barkley. The buyout wouldn't be $21 million, but probably $15 to walk away.
Yeah, and Charles said, why do I need to take a pay cut? Y'all the ones who screwed this up.
You're the ones who lost the contract.
And now Time Warner is suing the NBA, which we assumed would happen. And maybe that's what their hope is, that they'll get enough money to pay off Charles.
That might be just a little walk away money.
Yeah, what's the settlement price here? Hold on, let us ask Chuck. Chuck, what's your number? Okay, we'll take that. Put him in a really awkward spot. But it does sound at least like maybe they're open to doing something outside of TNT, which is good news. So maybe we'll have Inside the NBA on ESPN, which ESPN's basketball coverage is such garbage compared to TNT's. The ESPN would, I would assume, handsomely pay up for that.
I think that Barkley is going to form his own production company. They're going to stay together, and they're going to sell that show to the highest bidder. It could go to ESPN, but they won't be ESPN employees. They're just going to sell the show. or they could go to Amazon.
Like McAfee kind of?
Yeah, or they could go, I wouldn't be surprised if NBC wouldn't be opposed to having that foursome doing their thing. But if I was them, I'd be a free agent, and I work for whatever this company is. That's who I work for. And you can hire this to do it, because think about where we sit. We're not worried about the broadcast. We're not worried about the teams. We're worried about those 4 dudes doing the games. That's all we care about. So we'll get that, and Barkley knows it.
During the NBA Finals, when we kind of knew it was a possibility that TNT would be not having the NBA after next year, Barkley said he would retire if he found himself off TNT. Still has 7 years left on his deal. But he's still saying that retirement is the likeliest option after next season. But now he's saying it would be stupid not to listen to offers from other networks.
Yeah, everything's for sale, AJ. It's just a matter of waiting. Everything's for sale.
Dude, this is what he says. But from a compensation standpoint, I said, I will sit down and see what y'all are going to have going forward. I've been straight honest with all the companies. And Barkley said he was against Time Warner suing the NBA. He said the NBA clearly wanted to break up with us. I don't want to be in a relationship where I have to sue somebody to be in it. That doesn't make any sense. If you have to sue somebody to stay in a relationship, do you think that's a healthy relationship? Which he makes a good point there.
Well, Chuck, you probably held out at some point with the Sixers. I mean, there's business and there's family. There's nothing wrong with what went on either side of this.
But he did say TNT matched the money. The league knows Amazon and those tech companies are the only ones willing to pay for the rights when they double in the future. The NBA didn't want to piss them off. It's a sad day when owners and commissioners choose money over the fans. It just sucks. It says the guy who's saying, I'm going to choose money over everything.
Like, I could be bought. What are you talking about? Of course I'll listen to offers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but listen, man, I don't blame these guys. If you're Chuck, you're in your 60s, and you've got someone willing to pay you $20 million a year, dude, go get it. No, there's not a lot of 60-year-olds who can demand that, and God bless him.
The only one that's busy is Shaq. And he's doing
busy
that.
filming commercials.
He's doing some spots and DJing. Everybody else got plenty of time on their hand.
Yeah, you think anybody else is banging down Kenny Smith?
Kenny got time, man.
Kenny and Ernie, those dudes, they are probably telling Chuck, hey man, I think you should get the money.
I think you should.
Make sure you bring us with
you.
you.
I'm kidding. It's not like I'm busy.
Ernie and Kenny are going to be out of a job. As good as they are at what they do, they don't have a show without Chuck.
And I guess Ernie, maybe there's some other things that TNT might spend their money on. I don't know what it would be.
Are they going to have Ernie calling pro wrestling?
You wonder where they go. What else do they have? They don't have Braves baseball, do they?
That's on TBS Superstation. I don't think they're going to.
That's all under the same umbrella, though.
Yeah, it's all Turner, or formerly Turner, but. What are they going to? Are they going to put him on the call?
Well, it doesn't make any sense.
There's nothing you're going to get your money's worth out of without the NBA.
That's why I'm sure that buyouts are imminent, and whatever they're going to do will be in their own control.
Yeah. So Chuck's quote: "My deal is 10 years, $210 million. TNT Sports has to come to me ASAP, and they have to guarantee my whole thing, or they can offer me a pay cut." Which there's no chance of that happening, and I'll be a free agent. My thing was, wait, y'all effed up. I didn't F up. Why do I have to take a pay cut?
Exactly.
So, yeah, I would expect that Chuck's going to find himself on the
we'll see
on the telly.
And I don't think that the NBA had any issue with TNT. I think TNT felt like they deserved a little bit of special treatment because they'd been around for so long. I think TNT felt like the NBA was going to give them that C portion that they finally did match that Amazon had. And the NBA said too little too late. You felt like, I think TNT felt like they deserved and they ought to, and that didn't happen. And they handled this entirely wrong.
You're probably right. But I also think that what Chuck said about the NBA, the idea that on the next negotiation, when the rights fees double, Amazon will have that money and traditional television will probably not, because those two are going in opposite directions.
I think that as the NBA deals with RSNs and how the product is delivered to their local fans, that's going to be their answer to the national broadcast. The national broadcast is going to be streamed. When you watch the Bulls and the Lakers on Thursday night in San Antonio, you're going to watch that streamed via Amazon. Your local is going to be over air, over cable. It's going to be still a traditional point of delivery. And I think the NBA is going to look at their broadcast local rights through the local vendors, and the national games are going to come through this way.
Jesus says, would ESPN and NBC let the inside team be who they are?
Absolutely.
TNT is a little more lax about what they say on TV and stuff like that. But I'm telling you, Pat McAfee changed everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then he says Pat McAfee's an outlier, has already ruffled feathers with ESPN brass. Yeah, he did. And guess what happened to the guy he ruffled feathers with? That guy doesn't work at ESPN anymore. ESPN understands now that the guys in the suits aren't the guys who people are paying to see. And when Pat McAfee puts up the numbers he puts up, they're going to say, okay, do what you want to do, bub.
And TNT is not outlandish to get them off of.
No.
I mean, they're no crazier than anything else that's on broadcast national.
Yeah, it's not like Shaq's pulling his crank out or something.
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
not McAfee in prime time. It's still, a couple of 50-year-old former basketball
But if they
players.
want to, the ESPN's like, whatever, man. You want to say a cuss word? Say it. I don't. What are you going to say?
It would
now?
be interesting to see how NBC would handle it if that was indeed the case. Now, if it was streaming, then it would go nuts. If it was strictly an Amazon broadcast, I would let them play. You guys just go do your show for an hour, and whatever comes out, we'll let it go.
Man.
Because, and if I was Chuck, that's what I would want.
It's like having a show on HBO.
Yes.
Like you can do a different show on HBO than you can do on, on cable or network TV. And that's why, when TV, especially like the golden age of TV, that we were going through, when it was like, Breaking Bad and all these shows were coming out. It's like shows had to decide where was their best fit. They could take this broadcast, like the network TV money, but could they do the show the way they wanted to do it there, or do they have to go to cable? And if you can't do the show the way you want to on cable, do you have to go to HBO?
Right.
You couldn't have put Game of Thrones on Fox.
Oh, that's the other thing that we haven't talked about, is a network that doesn't even have the NBA. If you wanted to get a little taste of the NBA dollar and you didn't have a contract to carry a single game, like HBO, like they did with the NFL show with Bryant Gumbel for 25, 30 years inside the NFL, the one that, kept bouncing around, they could go get their own show on a network that has absolutely nothing to do with basketball other than they'll pay them to do an hour a night.
You think people would pay them?
Of course we'd go find Chuck. Of course we would.
I don't know that I would.
I think a basketball fan would.
I think it's so convenient that they're on the broadcast.
Well, it's not the best case scenario, but it would be a financially viable one, which you can tell that Chuck is now letting everybody know, and he's leading the way. If Chuck wants to do it, I think the other four would follow, wherever that might be. We're not going to see an NBA season without Chuck and Kenny and Shaq doing something somewhere.
I think you're right.
I can't imagine they're breaking up because they have too many available channels. Used to, if you got fired and things moved on, where were you going to go?
Well, and that's it. I mean, you're right. They've got too many options, but also, what is TNT going to pay them to do?
They're not going to. TNT's getting out of this contract as fast as they can.
Yeah. So it's not like TNT. I've heard people say, well, Chuck has 7 years left on his deal with TNT. They're not going to pay Chuck for the next 7 years. They're going to buy him out.
That's what I'm saying.
Unless he's going to go somewhere else.
Or they could decide, you know what, TNT, we don't have the NBA anymore, but every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, when other networks go to halftime, here we sit.
Maybe so.
It could be a suck off of other entities if the NBA doesn't handle this right. That's why I get the sense the NBA will give them their blessing, and they'll go land on a broadcast or a streaming session, and it'll be their company in between the NBA fielded broadcasts.
Maybe they put Charles Barkley on pro wrestling.
For $21 million, dude. You're going to have to come to work, bro.
I mean, we're not going to pay you to do nothing. Go call the pro wrestling
You're going to be doing something, man. You're going to be doing the features at the zoo. You're going to be behind the scenes with the penguins.
And the good thing is, listen, sometimes when you start being a broadcaster on the wrestling, you can become a wrestler.
There you go. It often occurs, and I think he probably already has.
I think Shaq has.
I know Shaq's done some
Shaq's done it.
WrestleMania.
Dennis Rodman's done it.
I can't imagine Shaq at some point in his career hasn't faked a suplex.
I think Pat McAfee still does wrestling.
Yeah. I think that's
I think like he's on the broadcast team for the wrestling.
built into his contract.
What a guy. Well, that guy's got it figured out.
Hey, you hear it? The lawnmowers, the field is being prepared for early morning.
Oh
walkthrough
my!
Right now, as we speak.
Yeah, one thing you know what? Let's hit a break. There's something I've noticed about this training camp setup that I didn't expect, and we'll talk about it next. And it is a fascinating thing. Has nothing to do with football, but more the environment that it's played in.
The layout.
We'll talk about that next. It is the Morning Huddle live from Cowboys training camp here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on the Blitz, the beautiful blue skies and cool temperatures of Oxnard, California. We're at Cowboys training camp.
Our AA Best Bail Bonds Cowboys training camp coverage begins Monday at 2 o'clock from the tennis courts there in Oxnard. We'll have the latest from Cowboys training camp. The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and the Gomez Law Firm present the first annual back-to-school drive this Saturday from noon till 2 p.m. while supplies last at Gomez Law Firm, 2943 Moss Rock Drive. Free backpacks and school supplies for all school-age children, only while supplies last, so don't be late. This Saturday from noon to 2 p.m. at Gomez Law Firm, 2943 Moss Rock Drive. Presented by the Gomez Law Firm and in part by ProStar Home Care Services, Sonora Bank, Las Palapas, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
With T-Mobile, you can get tons of benefits and still save on every plan versus AT&T and Verizon. Because nobody likes having to choose. It's like getting romance and sci-fi.
Jane, I love you. Also, I'm a robot.
Or being a dog person and a cat person.
Who wants a treat? Who's a good boy?
Or like being an extrovert and an introvert.
Woo! This is so fun! I can't wait to go home.
At T-Mobile, you don't have to choose. You can get the benefits you want and still save on every plan versus AT&T and Verizon. See how much you can save with our savings calculator at T-Mobile.com/switch. Plus, when you switch, you can keep your phone and we'll pay it off up to $800.
Via virtual prepaid card in 15 days. Qualifying unlocked device, credit service, and timely redemption required. Card has no cash access and expires in 6 months. See T-Mobile.com.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio representing people and families who've been injured in traffic collisions since 1994. The reason it's important to call me as soon as possible is the number of tricks and mistakes you can make, even up to talking to insurance companies, which I'm going to tell you not to do. And also some of the billing practices at our local hospitals. And over the last year, I've seen more and more of this, where hospitals are asking patients to assign benefits they do not have to assign, all in an effort to get more money to the hospital than they would receive if all you used was your health insurance. When you call, I will give you your options. We'll talk about your case. And all of that is free of charge. If you or a family member has been injured in a traffic accident, whether car, commercial truck, motorcycle, I want you to call me as soon as possible after the collision. My number, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or go to my website at alawyer4us.com.
Ooh, I'm so ready for this weekend away with my girl.
Hey, hit the road? How about some free gas?
Free gas? How?
Try new Febreze car for some serious freshness and you can win gas for a full year. Visit Febreze.com to learn more.
Say less.
You may not win, but you're gonna have a fresh smelling whip.
Thanks, DJ Fresh. Now how about some music?
Hey, yo, this next one goes out to new Febreze car for giving you a chance to win free gas.
La, 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 la.
No purchase necessary. Must be 18 to enter N73124 for rules and how to enter. Visit Febreze.com.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
It's Jason and Joe from the Blitz. Join us at Circa Las Vegas in August for the Circa Sports Ultimate Contest Weekend.
The Blitz will be live at Circa August 22nd and 23rd, and then we're staying for the weekend. Come to Vegas with us for the Ultimate Contest Weekend.
Circa Survivor and Circa Million are back. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere.
So join the Blitz at Circa Las Vegas. More details and discounted rooms available online at sasportstar.com.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Febreze. So my home is also my office. And before I can focus, every room's gotta be clean. That means tidying up and spraying my Febreze Air Mist. Ooh, that's fresh. Febreze Air Mist scents are all high quality. They fight any weird funk, and they give my air an instant boost of freshness. So not only does my home smell good, I feel good too. After I Febreze, it's time to start my day.
Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Live.
Gosh, you do that well.
From Oxnard, California. Cowboys training camp brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds and Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. The finest pork rinds you can find on this God's green earth. I'll tell you that.
That is a true statement.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and the Gomez Law Firm present the first annual back-to-school drive. I never like when they say the first annual.
But see, it's not an annual until you do it the second.
Yeah,
annual.
it's first, it's a lot of optimism there.
It is. It's forward thinking. I appreciate the idea that this is going to go on for a minute.
Saturday, August 3rd. That's this coming Saturday from noon to 2 or while supplies last at the Gomez Law Firm. It's 2943 Moss Rock Drive. Free backpacks and school supplies for all school-age children only while supplies last, so don't be late. That's this Saturday, August 3rd, noon to 2 at the Gomez Law Firm, 2943 Moss Rock Drive, presented by the Gomez Law Firm and in part by ProStar Home Care Services, Sonora Bank, Las Palapas, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Moss Rock's over there at like 410 and 10, right?
It's at 2943 Moss Rock. I've got no idea.
I think it's at the Gomez Law Firm.
You're asking me as if I'm a person who's lived here my whole life.
Just saying that out loud for those on the bar. I think it's over there right outside 410.
Okay. Well, get over there. Don't be late, it says. They said that there's a lot of school supplies. Rob considered stealing from the children.
I didn't, though. I considered theft. I really did.
He was like, oh, I need some pens.
And in hindsight, I almost wish I had, though. You know, I don't take from children, though. That a lot of the school supplies were stacked up there at the ranch, the radio ranch, and we're short on pens in the studio. And they had some good ones. Some good pens had been donated, and I eyeballed them, and I thought, you know, the kids won't miss this. And besides, if it's for kids, they shouldn't be writing with such fine pilot pens. They don't need the quality of which we have.
Elementary school kids are using pencils anyway.
So I left it for them, though I regret it. I should have taken it.
They also had a lot of Top Ramen. I don't know if that's part of the drive, but as someone who is living without my family right now, Top Ramen has been I know it's like 8 cents a pack, but I mean, it's still valuable stuff.
I could not. I spent many a year eating ramen, and like everybody else, I had a variety of really crafty ways to use the ramen, not the normal recipe way. You know, throwing eggs in and thinking you're like, I can't do it anymore. Can't do the ramen. We'll never be able to eat another bowl of. Well, I like professionally done ramen. Let's say that.
Love ramen,
but the 75-cent a pack ramen with the flavor packet.
75 cents.
I go high dollar. I go, you know, the gourmet side.
I go Top Ramen.
What is that, like 50 cents?
No, it's like 10 cents a pack.
Okay. See, I thought there'd been inflation since.
No,
ramen. I haven't had
ramen's inflation proof
this century.
Oh yeah, I eat ramen regularly. It's just soup. right?
Yeah, I'm not anti. I like it, but I will never prepare my own ramen from one of those ever again.
Fair enough. You're a rich.
That's how I am. Them's with money.
Yeah,
they don't do the homemade ramen.
Thompsons don't eat.
No, we don't do
ramen
the
from a
homemade
bag.
ramen. I'm well above that. Fry me some bologna, please.
I asked a question in the in our group chat on WhatsApp. I was like, "Hey, I'm looking for some good Chinese food. Is there a Chinatown in San Antonio?"
Did you actually ask? Is there a Chinatown in San Antonio?
Yeah, I was because I like. There's a couple Chinese places by my apartment.
Oh, that's it. That's Chinatown.
They're not good.
Well,
and I was like, maybe there's a spot in somewhere in San Antonio proper, like, or in the city down, where I could get some. There's a couple Chinese. First of all, San Antonio, we say it's a military city, right?
Very much so.
Okay. When the guys come back from Korea or Japan with their wives,
there's a few of them, but
they bring back these
very close to where our studio is.
They bring back these Asian women, and then when those Asian women inevitably divorce the soldiers, they start restaurants.
Yes, there's a few of them around the base. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, around the base.
Yeah.
Is that we're close to the military base?
Yeah, we're close to two of them, Randolph and Fort Sam.
I bet there's some.
And there's the Fort Sam side, lots of good Korean restaurants.
Okay, I bet. See, you would think usually Asian cuisine is, if you're in a military town, there's Asian cuisine.
Yeah,
but
we don't have a town.
American soldiers love to bring home Asian women, and then they divorce them.
That's why we have such good restaurants.
That's right.
And so, is there a Chinatown in Houston?
Oh yeah,
like it's known as Chinatown with like street signs and
off
all that.
Bel Air, yeah, like
Really?
Bel Air area where the street signs are in Mandarin.
We don't got that.
And
Never
it's
have.
same thing in Vegas too.
No, don't have a Chinatown. They go to Houston. Does Austin have a Chinatown? No,
I don't think so. But I think in every town there's like an area where, because Asian people, they love to group together. They love and I get it. You're from somewhere else. You want to build a community.
Why not?
And they tend to have.
And I don't think our Chinese food is bad. But I don't know.
Well,
You know
I
what I
know
mean?
the
I don't know
Chinese
good
food
Chinese
place
food.
by my house. No is bad. I know for a fact because I've eaten it and it's not good. So I'm gonna have to switch up.
But just telling you need to go next to Angry Elephant. There's a place right there.
I've seen that place. I might do that. That's but listen, I need somebody that's going to deliver to me. All right.
Okay. Now we're getting picky. Okay.
Oh, unless I'm going to go get it better be awesome. If I'm going to, again, like the Chinatown in Vegas, I can't get delivery to my house from there, or I guess I could, but
drones maybe.
But listen, if I could sit down and have some soup dumplings or something, I'll drive to that. But if I'm ordering,
see, I don't even know what a soup dumpling is. See, I've been Chinese challenged.
You're so uncultured.
I am. Growing up here, we had Ding Hao and Hung Fung. Those are the two restaurants I grew up on the Brigade Bar. And everybody who ate at Ding Hao and Hung Fun, just go ahead and sound off.
Hung Fun?
Hung Fung.
Oh, okay.
Hung Fung. Ding Hao.
That's a cuss word.
You go to
know
Hung
that,
Fung,
right?
and they had like this old Asian dude that knew exactly what you were going to order before you even ordered it. You would just walk in and you would sit down and they'd roll up on a cart and you'd go, "Oh my God, that's what I was going to order. Thank you."
You
They'd
know
just lay it on like, "We knew you were going to have the shrimp fried rice. We knew it."
You look like that guy.
He said over there, you were going to have it. I just brought it to you. And
They were
right.
Where is Castle Hills?
Real close to you.
Okay, China Inn, it says.
Yeah, China Inn's old school.
Okay.
Over there on Northwest Military.
All right. I'll give it a try. I can't go keep it sportsy. I can't go to Houston for soup.
See, that's
dumplings.
just what we're
too
talking
far.
about. We don't
They
have
won't
those
deliver. Yeah, I know where to get the soup dumplings. I'm in Houston. I know where to get them in Vegas. I don't know in San Antonio.
See, Pumbaa Grub says Tyson on the south side closed. I guess somebody was saying go there because why would you tell me about a restaurant that's closed?
Don't tell. You know what restaurant I want to try in San Antonio? This is going to sound so stupid. This
don't say Fred's Fish Fry.
No, it's not that. It's the Magic Time Machine place.
Dude, that's 100 years old.
I drove by. I swear to God, I thought it was closed.
Oh, it's still there.
And Morgan was like, oh yeah, my kids love this place. And I was like, what is it? And she explained to me what it is.
It's an old school idea.
And now I want to go.
Okay.
I want to go be like, she's like, it might be Pee Wee Herman serving you.
Yeah. You need to go in and have a Roman orgy.
What's that?
It's
is it a dish?
It is it's an entire evening of food.
Oh.
Yeah, man, Magic Time Machine's been around for a long
it looks like it.
Long time. That place is, and it looks exactly like it did the first time I went back in 1974.
Is the food good?
I don't even remember what I ate.
Okay.
I don't think you're there for the quality of food. It's the experience you're chasing.
I'm interested.
If you go to Magic Time Machine like alone,
you're a weirdo.
That'd be a red flag, man.
I'm having a real hard time like figuring out what's acceptable to do alone. As someone who doesn't have any friends, it's like I've gone to a couple movies alone so far.
No, I've done that.
I think I feel okay about that.
That's chill.
Like I went and watched the Deadpool and Wolverine movie on Friday by myself, and I didn't feel odd about it. I've gone into a couple of restaurants by myself, and I feel okay about that.
Yeah. Do you eat at the bar or do you eat at a table?
I eat at the bar.
Yeah.
But I wanted to go to a concert last week, and it was Jason Isbell was playing at the Whitewater in New Braunfels, and I was like, I can't go to a concert by myself. That's weird. So I love Jason Isbell, and so I ended up not going. And then frickin' Minix puts in the group chat, I went and saw Jason Isbell tonight. Great show. He'd never even heard of Jason Isbell before he went. And he's like, yeah. And I was like, well, I would have gone with you if I'd known you were going. He's like, well, I went in a big group on a party bus, and I'd rather kill myself than go on a party bus.
That's the only way he was going to go see Jason Isbell.
I don't want to go with a bunch of strangers. I don't like strangers. I don't like very many people. I don't even like Minix, but I would have gone with him.
Well, I mean, a couple of beers. I can get along with anybody.
Yeah. Although Minix almost wasted his beer last night. Clay saved the day and drank his beer because Minix was going to leave a half-drank beer on the table at dinner.
Yeah, he doesn't drink very well with meals.
It's quite frankly disgusting. And Clay was
alcohol
like,
abuse is
Clay
really
was
what
like,
it
I'll
is.
finish that. Just pounded it down. Good job.
That's why we bring him.
Yeah, it's a good move. I totally forgot to talk about what I was going to tell you about the setup here. So the good news, we got another hour and a half of
we
show.
got a lot of time.
Right now it's 6:32 here. I mean, we'd be early in the show at home.
Tell you what, the sun comes up early here.
It feels good now.
We have warmed up. It might nearly be 60 degrees.
I'm feeling all right all of a sudden. So I'll tell you about the setup here.
See,
in a
Pledger
moment.
would have happily gone and been your beard.
Well, Pledger,
he would have been your beard.
You should have. You should have let me know. And
Whitewater's the stomping grounds, dude.
The other thing is, everybody's warned me about hanging out with Pledger. Like you
can't keep up with
Everybody
James.
said he's a bad egg.
You can't keep up. No, he's not. But you just can't keep up with him. He's a wild man.
A wild man.
He's a man on a mission.
He said,
man on fire.
Yeah, I'm not a man on fire. I just want to go and be chill.
Every night out with James is a new masterpiece.
Well, and also the last time I was hanging out with James, some guy tried to fight me because I sat down next to his ugly wife.
I don't know why he'd want to fight you.
Because I sat down next to his ugly
What
wife.
you could have possibly done to anger.
Well,
half drunk man at a bar, sitting next to his ugly wife.
People don't like me in general.
That's why people. Yeah, that's why you need to
boils
stay
down
away from other people.
That's the thing. That's why I can't go on a party bus with strangers.
No.
There's an a-hole in every large group, and I don't do well around a-holes. Because I just say that, hey man, you're
You
kind
can
of
only
an
have
a-hole.
one in a room at a time.
Yeah, you're kind of an a-hole.
It's
I don't like that.
Those two alpha fish. If they're in the same tank, we only are allowed, and you're the other a-hole.
Are they called alpha fish or beta fish?
Beta fish. I couldn't remember. I never had fish.
I don't like fish.
Betas.
I like
Beta
to
fish,
eat
that's it.
fish, but I don't like to hang out with
And
fish.
now we're full circle.
And
back to Oxnard and our fine fish meal last night.
Yeah, Pledge eats salad. Don't trust him. You got to have some vegetables. You got to stay regular. I'm not saying you have to eat a full-blown salad, but mix in some greens. It's good for you.
Unless you get talked into steamed vegetables by the.
That was a bad call.
That was
by
a bad
you.
call. Yeah,
That was a bad. But usually you think it goes well with with that food.
Yeah, it made up for it with the blackened shrimp, but the steamed vegetables never get the steamed vegetables.
Everybody but us
There's no
had-
taste. There's no flavor to that.
Everybody but us had the fried fish, and I was kind of a little bit jealous of it.
No.
I thought about getting, in fact, I thought about getting the. They have one platter that was shrimp and fish and chips. I thought about getting that, but
Well, I think we're going to go back because I need to go back and get their fried shrimp is really
well,
good.
you were going to get you told me you were going to try the
Cioppino, but the Cioppino they had was just a singular dish. I just wanted a cup.
Oh,
So I went with a cup of chowder, and the Cioppino would have been a full-on bucket of.
I thought about getting the bread bowl of clam chowder. If we go back, I may do that.
We've had it, and it's good. It's a worthy get.
I like a
Their
good
clam
bread
chowder
bowl of soup.
It's worth it.
All right, let's hit a break. And I promise to get to the setup out here that I'm fascinated by on the other side. This is the Morning Huddle live from Cowboys training camp here in Oxnard, California, in now bright and sunny Oxnard, California.
Yes, sir.
On 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 FM, San Antonio Sports Star.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Give me the VIN.com salutes the race for space. Criticized for allowing the Soviet Union to launch the first man-made satellite to orbit Earth, President Dwight D. Eisenhower signed legislation that created NASA on this day in 1958. Also on this day, Give me the VIN.com bought a very spacey-looking Tesla Cybertruck and made automotive history when it became the first one in America sold at auction. Sell us your car.
Sell us your car. Give me the VIN.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Have you gotten your hands on Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at HEB yet? Southern Recipe small batch offers big, bold flavors like hot honey, spicy dill, and sea salt and cracked black pepper. Bonus, you're going to love the low-carb, high-protein crunch. Turn snack time from ordinary to extraordinary with flavorful pork rinds. Pick up your favorite flavors of Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at HEB today. Selling your home is full of catch-22s. Do you pay for upgrades like new flooring and fresh paint to sell for more, or put that money toward your dream home? Jason Minix here from San Antonio Sports Star. I want to tell you about Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program, where you can do both. Get more money for your current home and put more money down on your new one. Here's how it works. Orchard makes you an impressive backup cash offer for your old home. That unlocks cash for you to buy and move into your new home. Next, your Orchard team handles the repairs and upgrades on your old home at no upfront cost. Then your local Orchard agent lists, shows, and sells your home on the market. One customer said, quote, "Orchard sold my home for more than I expected, and I got a golf cart." Home selling doesn't have to be a catch-22. With Orchard, get expert guidance and top dollar for your home. Visit Orchard.com and start with your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com. Orchard.com.
Play ball! Missions Baseball returns Tuesday night at Wolf Stadium. Join us for AARP $2 Tuesday, presented by 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. First pitch is at 7:05. Go to samissions.com for tickets.
A football sale is going on now at Team Express Superstore. Helmets, shoulder pads, uniforms, and performance apparel, cleats, and all other equipment must go. 75% off all apparel and footwear. Up to 60% off everything else. Team Express Superstore on East Nakoma.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
At Lowe's, save big every day. Right now, get a free pneumatic nailer when you buy a pallet of Metabo HPT nails. And there's more. Save 10% on select shingles when you buy in bulk. Visit us in-store or online for low prices on the materials you need. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location. While supplies last, discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Dallas Cowboys training camp brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds and Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. Hey, if you are not following our little radio station on the social medias, why the hell not? It doesn't make any sense for you not to be not following us or not to be following us. SA Sports Star on the gram. You're going to get exclusive content. From us out here at the Sports Star if you follow us on the socials. So please do that. Our social media guy sent us a message saying, hey, please promote that you're not only are you going to get exclusive content, giveaways. If you listen to sports radio, there's one thing I know about you. People who listen to sports radio, and this is coming from, I've got now 20 years of sports radio experience under my belt, and I've learned this for a fact.
Okay.
People who listen to sports radio love to win free stuff. They don't care what it is.
We call them prize pigs.
People love prizes, free things.
Mm-hmm.
And we give away free things. I gave away
some. You like free stuff?
Yeah. I gave away some Rangers tickets and some Rangers tchotchkes, like bobbleheads and a mini World Series trophy. People went crazy over it. So give us a follow there.
It happens.
Please do. And on Twitter as well. Follow us on X as well. I don't have Facebook, but I think the station probably has a Facebook page too, right?
We do.
Follow us on all those things, guys. And we'll make all your wildest dreams of free things come true. If you do.
Make all your wildest dreams come true.
That's what depends if you're into some sick stuff. We can't make those dreams come true, but like sometimes prize giveaway dreams we can make come true. Right?
We sent a bunch of people to Sebastian Maniscalco last week.
Yes. Even Rob.
I'm going.
I want to go too, but
too late.
Is it too late? No. Well, I'll be your plus one.
No, that's taken.
Kelly doesn't seem she's going to get mad at you.
I'm her plus one.
She's going to get mad at you again, and
after a week away, she's going to be missing me.
You think so?
No,
I don't think so either. Maybe when you guys get back, say, honey, don't you want to spend some time with Clay? Me and AJ will go to the show just so you can have some mother-son time.
While we're out and about, hey, thoughts and prayers. Sean Elliott, man, get better. I don't like seeing pictures of Sean Elliott in a hospital bed.
What's going on with Sean?
He over the weekend had a little heart episode that it was caught with his Apple Watch.
Oh,
and in the hospital, evidently in good spirits, but we wish Sean a full recovery, man. We need you back on the course. That's going to hurt the swing.
That is exactly why I won't wear an Apple Watch.
So you don't want to be warned
I
of
hate
imminent
going to the
doom?
hospital, and it's like,
well, You can go into the hospital head first or feet first. It depends on if you want to wear that watch. Which one do you want to go? Feet first?
Give me the feet.
I don't know, man.
I don't like the hospital. I don't like going to the doctor. When it's my time, it's going to be my time.
I want to get into the hospital in one of those fast-moving vehicles. I don't want to be told to go around back. You can sit and wait.
You'll probably outlast me on this show then.
My watch says, like, right now I'm far healthier than you.
Oh, I'm
sure. It even says right now.
How
much healthier am I than the guy next to me? And
you can tell,
you're screwed. Oh, yeah, it's Samsung. It's better.
Yeah.
It's Samsung guts.
Yeah.
See, it's like right now, my watch is actually looking at him.
Uh-huh. What's it say about my
It's got this weird emoji. I don't even
do I have
recognize it.
It says this guy's got the
Something
gout.
Korean. I don't know.
You can tell I've got the gout.
I don't know the Korean if there's a red X through you, what that means, but it can't be good. I, on the other hand, am an epitome of health.
It's funny
vigor.
Going grocery shopping with us. You realize how poorly all of us eat. I don't really eat.
Well,
so like when I was there, it's like I got coffee, energy drinks, and some nuts.
Well, the three of us are kind of like you've been set free for a month or so. You've been living on your own. We're kind of like house dogs. I don't know really how to handle myself without guidance. So we get into the grocery store and I can buy whatever I want.
Yes.
Shoot. I'm getting all the cookies.
So there's a bunch of cookies. There's like sugary kid cereal. There is.
We shop like we're 12.
Minix buys Kraft Singles American cheese for sandwiches. What? That's like, once you're 12, you don't eat like individually wrapped American cheese slices. You just don't. You realize that there's actual flavorful cheese out there that's actual cheese and not some cheese product.
I don't do cheese slices. The only time I found that American cheese slices work better are on omelets. I don't know why.
I don't know.
Try it on an omelet. That's the only place an American cheese slice
melt.
is better. It's the way it melts. I think,
Yeah.
But that's the only place I want it. I don't want it on a sandwich for sure. It's certainly not on a hamburger.
No,
I
there's
want
so
real cheese.
many better cheese options.
But again, we're here. He's making quick sandwiches. I mean, I don't know. We didn't. It's not the prettiest of grocery baskets. But if you're a 14-year-old kid,
yes.
If we were getting ready to sit down and go about 24 hours of NCAA football, we had the appropriate diet.
And they were fascinated by me not like. I was like, they were like, "You're not getting anything." I was like, "I don't need anything. I will go eat dinner and I'll be good. I don't need."
I had a bag of. I got the strawberry and peanut butter sandwiches, the Crustables. Oh, I was so excited about having one of those.
And now they're just sitting on the counter
just
thawing
out. It's just going to be warm peanut butter by the time I get home.
They're going to be wasted.
Just regular old peanut butter.
They're peanut butter and jelly Uncrustables.
Yeah.
Okay, is that like a Pop-Tart kind of?
No, it's still bread, but it's hard to describe. It's a massive leap forward in peanut butter technology.
Is it like a Hot Pocket, but with peanut butter and jelly?
It's a cold pocket with peanut butter and jelly. It's been pressed together. Delicious.
Interesting.
Yes.
That is fascinating.
Yes.
What's fascinating to me about our setup here, not really our setup, but the setup of this training camp, is that there are houses all around
There
here.
didn't used to be houses. These have popped up over the last 6-7 years.
And none of these houses have a yard.
No, these are.
You can't have a dog if you live in these
Zero
in this place.
clearance houses.
Yeah, it's like you can reach out your window and pass something to your neighbor.
Expensive houses.
Yes.
I mean, I can't imagine they're under. I bet there's 7 digits.
You think?
In California? But I was wrong the other day. Yeah, so it could be,
our rental place is
we thought was about 4 times as much. So maybe
Yeah.
the value is a little bit less. But okay, so the homes along the street that you were looking at, those are new. Those did not used to be there. And then the ones
when we walk in,
right? Those on that end didn't used to be there either. So over the last several years, they built all the way around this place. I guess just waiting for Jerry to move the camp so they can fill in the rest of the 2 football fields. So it is a strange place to live for a month a year, that you are literally inside of Dallas Cowboy training.
There are people whose back patios, like their balconies, face up over the fields. Like it's if I were the New England Patriots, and I were the kind of organization, this type of scumbag organization that spied on opposing teams,
Yeah, well,
I'd be interested in renting a place here.
you'd think they might. But I think tomorrow we're going to send Clay, our fearless intern, with a camera walking around to kind of show you what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So you can kind of see what the training camp looks like. You can see us now. We're actually, if you look at the screen now, we're on the backside of the bleachers that look forward to 2 side-by-side 100-yard football fields, just on the other side behind us, where you can see it. And if you listen real close, you can hear the lawnmowers.
And there are
preparing
also there's also one brave soul who flies a Kansas City Chiefs flag off of his back patio. He doesn't give a damn.
He don't care.
But that guy knows what winning titles is like. A lot of these guys haven't even.
Well, you got to figure, if you had a window looking over the field, you might have that window for sale to the highest bidder. I mean, just a camera.
One camera.
Nobody has to be here. Just kind of rent out the camera space. You know,
I would do it.
Little scouting just to see how they're.
I would
using
do it.
the Marvin
And is it? I don't think it's illegal.
Well, I don't think it's been probably delineated as such.
They can't stop it. Otherwise, if the Cowboys want to put up a giant screen, they can.
You'd think.
But I don't think they.
You know, when the new houses were built, and then what happened was last year. So the new houses were built, and they built a fence, and then they came in right before training camp, as they always do, and put up grandstands. Well, the person that bought the house sued. Like, hey, I bought the house so I could watch practice.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
now
like,
these buildings
they're
right here,
obstructing my view.
These buildings right here that look like condos. This is part of the resort.
Yeah, this is the country club resort to that in front of us.
Okay, so what is it
older.
like? This is probably part of a timeshare or something.
I don't know how it works. I've never been here without the Cowboys here.
I would bet it's like a timeshare type
I
place.
think it's just straight up hotel. I really
You think
do.
so?
I think so. I don't know if they're kitchen. I don't think there's kitchenettes in there. I think it's straight up hotel.
Wow. I mean, normal. I would think because it's like they look like apartments.
They do. Although when we first used to come here, they didn't have all these extra bathrooms, and they had a couple of the apartments opened up for us to use as bathrooms. And if I remember going in, I don't remember seeing kitchens.
I'll be damned. Well, I think they're missing out on an opportunity here.
But the Cowboys are keeping that thing afloat. If the Cowboys weren't coming, that little resort would have
closed down.
Yeah, I don't think it would have made it.
Well, their tennis courts are getting use at least.
Yeah. Well, I have a feeling once they pick up all this stuff, these are probably more appropriate for pickleball. Isn't that a bigger sport now?
I think so. I also don't think they're in the greatest of shape.
No.
Because, I mean, we see some cracks right here, but that's because they let the Dallas Cowboys
just drill holes,
bolt down into their tennis courts. They're like, whatever, keep coming back, please.
Which we would like to mention that they have upgraded our tent structure.
This is very nice.
This is much more sturdy.
It is.
than we've had in the past.
It is a very solid tent structure.
12-foot ceilings,
and it's got their steel reinforcements. And I think if a hurricane blows through Oxnard, we're going to be okay.
We'll be safe. Now the wildfires. You always got to be a little concerned. Where are the wildfires right
well,
now?
but listen, that's why we're on a concrete tennis
About
court.
3 years ago, one to our south got real close. You could see the smoke.
I don't like wildfires.
No, I run
That's
from them.
one of the things I'm against. Wildfires and sharks don't like either. So let's avoid them.
And they're all in California.
Tornadoes also don't like tornadoes.
They don't have those here. They
No.
have homeless and wildfires and earthquakes.
I would say I don't like homeless, but that would be insensitive.
They're unhoused.
Yeah.
But
You know what? No homeless people listen to our show anyway. So who cares, right?
It's an important demo. We don't want to lose them.
That's true. I'm going to get called into the boss's office. Listen, man, you trying to run off all our hobo listeners?
Hobo listeners, that's a significant.
Yeah, they sit around their Walkman. They got one Walkman that they found an earbud, and they're all listening. You're pissing them off.
We work in their neighborhood.
That
amongst them.
is a fact.
We work amongst the zombies.
In fact, that's why I'm never going to say I don't like them, because then they'll
come find us.
Come kick the windshield in on my car. I don't need that. Yeah, and you'd think we'd have like a gate or something around our thing, given that location, but
we just have to get inside the heavily fortified doors.
And you have to dodge them on the way in on that road. There's a lot of some of them are nice enough to wear like reflective vests.
Well, they're communicating with others.
But some of them just wear all black, and they don't. One thing I've noticed about the homeless near us is they don't care about crosswalks. They just, this part of the street looks like a great place to cross.
Or sleep.
At 3 a.m.
Or just lay down. You never know.
I'm sure that'll be safe at 3 a.m. when there's no light. I'll just go for it. Big deal.
Have you noticed the cat that on the way home on Eisenhower and on Austin Highway?
The guy who's always laying down
at the light. He's got a kick back.
I like to think that his legs don't work, but he always waves. He's very friendly.
And he's always got a different change of clothes. He changes clothes every day.
I don't know that he's actually homeless. I think he's tanning.
I'm pretty sure he might be a deposed dictator from the Middle East.
Like he doesn't like the pool at his apartment complex is broken or something, so he goes and tans out on Austin Highway.
Yeah, we are close to Heights. He's one of those Heights.
Yeah, I think that's what he's just a commuter. That's all.
Just laying at the light.
That's
waving,
right,
folks.
Hey guys, what's up? Oh, you're giving me some money? That's nice of you. Okay.
I appreciate that.
That's how he made his fortune.
He has different clothes on every day. I don't know how.
Maybe I don't know. If I were a hobo, I'd probably hang out around the laundromat and hope that people forgot to pick up their load.
This one sock at a time.
Yeah. I'll be like, oh, this guy's a small. That sucks. I'll trade you. You need to have like small homeless friends that you can make trades
just
with.
Sit outside and
swapsies.
scout the guys walking in if they're your size.
Yeah, follow them in there.
You know what? I need to put that. That's a survival skill. I never thought about that.
All right.
People to the washateria.
We got 1 hour left on our Monday out here. It doesn't even feel like a Monday. That's how nice it is out here.
Not sure what
I don't even have a case of the Mondays. But we'll wrap it up here. Last hour coming up. Morning Huddle live from Cowboys training camp. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Riding the work with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. It's the Morning Huddle, KTFM Floresville. If you missed the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you missed this.
What Bill Taylor is up with all this rain?
I don't know. I'll have to ask him.
I thought you were him.
No, not today.
Okay. He's like a hero today because we're getting all this rain.
He's got that old weather thing going on.
What does that mean?
Well, we used to tease Bill every time weather like this. And, of course, he's going to be the featured dude on all the newscasts.
Yeah.
He's a little weather woody.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Ride home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Joel, I'm proud to introduce my latest in-summer relaxation relief-cation. I call it the Quarter Moon Grill and Go. It's a stainless steel propane gas grill with this, a full-size urinal. If you're gonna grill and you gotta go, it's the Grill and Go.
Folks, at Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat and AC, we fix plumbing and AC issues fast and at a fair price. 210-651-5899.
Grill and
Go away, Nigel. Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat and AC.
License number TACLA 88589E M16004.
My son loves to fly kites, but my active psoriatic arthritis can sometimes hold me back. Now with Skyrizi to treat my skin and joints, I'm ready to go. Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults, helps with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. For those who also have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible with just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi today and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
George gets justice. No amount of money can make up for a life-changing injury. I'm George Salinas, and at George Salinas Injury Lawyers, our team of attorneys will fight to get you the maximum compensation because we prepare and we care. So if you've been injured in an accident, get George. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers today at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com.
George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
With a true Vegas feel, the Big Blind is the premier poker room in San Antonio, featuring an upscale environment catering to players from all abilities. From high-octane tournaments or lively cash games, the Big Blind has a game for everyone, including blackjack tournaments. From the owners of the Roo Pub and the Angry Elephant, the Big Blind is locally owned and operated, offering daily cash games to daily, weekly, and monthly tournaments. Learn more online at thebigblindsa.com. The Big Blind at 281 and Redland Road.
Eczema flaring up again? We have good news. Exoderm. If you or someone you love suffers from eczema or dermatitis, get Exoderm, the common sense answer for eczema. This stuff really does work. Exoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives. Take back control of your eczema with affordable, fast-acting Exoderm Flare Control Cream. Exoderm. It's in the first aid aisle of your local Walmart, H-E-B, and other fine stores.
The biggest pro football contests in Vegas are back. Circa Survivor and Circa Million are now up to a record $16 million in guaranteed prizes. 2 ways to win and no rate. Circa Survivor contestants select one team each week with no point spread. Last the longest to win it all with $10 million guaranteed. In Circa Million, make 5 picks against the spread each week for your share of $6 million guaranteed through quarterly and full season payouts. Enter in Nevada. Play from anywhere. Visit circasports.com for details.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Center.
San Antonio Sports Star live all week from Oxnard, California. Dallas Cowboys training camp. News from yesterday was tough. Defensive end Sam Williams was carted off the field suffering what the MRI confirmed to be a torn ACL. He will miss the 2024 season. The Texas Rangers were swept in Toronto by the Blue Jays, falling 7-3 in the finale. I'm Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hour number 4 of our little program here on San Antonio Sports Star, live from Oxnard, California. Cowboys training camp, baby. Brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds and Southern Recipe Pork Rinds.
I'll tell you what, I appreciate that the incredibly clean and you know, they have the nice portal.
Oh, yes.
The ones that are on trailers, you know, you have to take upstairs.
Yes.
So it's about 55 to 65 degrees. I don't know what temperature it is now, but it's right about 60. What do you figure?
Yeah, that's about right.
In the men's bathroom, it's 27 degrees.
It is frigid in there.
You can see your breath.
After I took a leak, I went to wash my hands, and the water is so cold.
Oh.
And then, of course, my hands are like shaking. They're so cold. And then I reach up into the paper towel machine, and it's empty.
Thank God you did
no!
that. Because I reached over, and there weren't any. And luckily, I'm tall enough to see the stack.
That's where I created that stack.
You started the stack. Now, I poured it all on the floor. I just threw it all on the
That's not
ground.
my problem anymore.
So now it's just like a carpet. But it looked nice when I got there.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and the Gomez Law Firm present the first annual Back to School Drive. That's Saturday, August 3rd, this coming Saturday from noon to 2 or while supplies last at the Gomez Law Firm, 2943 Moss Rock Drive. Free backpacks and school supplies for all school-age children only while supplies last, so don't be late. That's this Saturday, August 3rd, noon to 2 at the Gomez Law Firm. Presented by Gomez Law Firm and in part by ProStar Home Care Services, Sonora Bank, Las Palapas, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. We are less than 48 hours now, 48 hours from the trade deadline in Major League Baseball, and we're seeing some moves. The Yankees got Jazz Chisholm Jr. The deadline is 5 o'clock on Tuesday.
We got 24 hours, basically.
We saw the Carlos Estevez, the Angels closer, who was regarded as one of the better available relief pitchers. He goes to the Philadelphia Phillies for a couple top pitching prospects. We're still waiting on Garrett Crochet, Luis Robert, Jack Flaherty, Tyler Anderson, Tanner Scott, all those names being tossed around. Not sure yet. The Astros and the Rangers have both been kind of slow. Apparently teams are sort of turned off by prices now. The return for Carlos Estevez apparently staggered GMs who were in search of relief pitching and emboldened those with it to stick with their initial They got 2 top pitching prospects for Carlos Estevez. So you can imagine, like, if the A's, who I've been saying need to trade Mason Miller, they're not trading him because the asking price is going to be so absurd. And now that one team's paid it, it's like, well, that's the price of doing business.
Didn't Miller have a broken finger?
Yeah, but it's on his non-pitching hand, so it's
true.
like it's going to be a 15-day stay. The Mariners, who went out and got Randy Arozarena, that's kind of put some pressure on the Astros and the Rangers, and they've done nothing as of yet. We'll see if they do make a move. The Baltimore Orioles got Zach Eflin, so they add a starting arm they needed. But again, I don't think the biggest moves have been made yet.
I expect the Rangers are going to sit tight.
You think they're holding?
I think the Astros are waiting to see what shakes late.
I think getting Jacob deGrom back is going to sort of be their trade deadline move without having to do one. That way, if they end up not making the playoffs, it's not a giant failure.
Right.
I mean, I guess it kind of is a giant failure.
It'll be a colossal failure.
But it's not. At least then, it's not a giant failure that cost you prospects out of your system.
This just don't screw things up and maintain right now. I mean, you're riding a good wave. Don't get rid of any of this yet.
Don't be a seller.
Yeah, don't be a seller.
The Rays are involved in a full-blown fire sale. I would guess the Rays are garbage next season because they seem like for this run that they've had where they've been really competitive in the AL East, which I give them credit for, with their payroll to be as competitive as they've been in a division full of big payrolls. I think this is kind of their, okay, we're going to reset and start this whole thing over thing. And Yusei Kikuchi is the other guy expected to be moved. He hasn't happened yet. And the question now is, how much are teams willing to pay? And the top tier guys that are thought to be available, Buster Olney on ESPN was saying that teams are just going to be turned off by the price tags on some of these guys. Tarek Skubal, who I love. I'd love to see him pitching for a decent team. They're saying the price is sky high. Vlad Guerrero Jr., who I know the Astros are interested in, but it's gonna cost them.
It's gonna be a busy day. When you hear, hey, it's just too expensive. You're not saying it's too expensive for them. You're saying, or for me, it's too expensive for you. Everybody's just waiting. It's going to get real busy in the next 24 hours. Too many names.
Well, and there's some teams like the New York Mets and the LA Dodgers where there's no such thing as too expensive.
Right.
For them.
And, they're not really chasing, but I do believe that whenever I hear that's people telling you it's overvalued when they believe it's not. Like, you don't want to go look there. It's overvalued. It's too expensive. No, I think there's going to be a lot of activity today.
Well, it says they asked what teams are you hearing could be the most active before the deadline arrives, and Buster Olney says other teams are convinced that the Astros will jump in to make deals at some point.
I think they will,
and the Rangers will still add a hitter, maybe Yandy Diaz.
Didn't they pick up a catch? They just picked up a catcher a couple days ago.
I didn't see it.
I think so.
I mean, it's entirely possible. I didn't see it. But yeah, so we'll let you know as the days go on what's going on with the trade deadline.
Carson Kelly from the Detroit Tigers.
Okay.
In exchange for AA players Liam Hicks and Tyler Owens.
An Olympics broadcaster, one of the networks, Eurosport, has dropped one of their commentators, Rob. Why, you might ask?
What was it? Well, let me hear the sport, and maybe I can come up with why.
Sexist comment.
So let me hear the sport. Was it soccer?
No, racing. No, swimming.
Swimming?
No. It's track.
Track and field.
Nope, never mind. It is swimming. It says 4x100. I was
it could have been a lot of stuff. So 4x100. Okay. So a swimming coach from where?
He's not a coach.
Oh,
he's a broadcaster.
A broadcaster, former swimmer or some sort. All right.
So after Saturday night's coverage, now this is the kind of stuff I would never say if I were broadcast.
All right, let's hear this.
Molly O'Callahan, Shayna Jack, Emma McKeon, and Meg Harris won gold for Australia
They did, yes.
in the 4x100 freestyle relay. And this fella, Bob Ballard, said on the broadcast, well, the women just finishing up. You know what women are like, hanging around, doing their makeup. And they said that was outrageous and sexist. And he's now been taken off the Olympic broadcast. The cancel culture's out of control, Rob.
Well, were they hanging around
Listen,
putting on makeup? I mean,
men wear makeup sometimes.
Well,
you know how men are.
Joe Reiniger wore it for 25
I'm
years.
telling you. And he's the manliest man I know.
So I want to get some context in this. Was he talking about like a distant last place? Like they're so slow, they must have gone to put on their makeup? Was he talking about like third place? Like if they hadn't put on makeup, they'd have won?
First of all, I don't think any of these swimmers were wearing makeup.
They needed makeup. I'm trying to get some context.
I doubt that any of the swimmers were like Angel Reese putting on her eyelashes and then jumping into the pool because that would be considered like flippers. Imagine if Angel Reese could jump in the water and then just blink her eyes real fast.
With the blades, she's using the eyelashes like blades.
And just water splashing behind her. It's like
an impediment,
like a dolphin fin flapping.
Now, backstroke might help.
Now he was on the commentary with British swimmer Lizzie Simmons.
Did she take great umbrage with that?
She said that comment was outrageous. She took great offense to it.
Does she not wear makeup?
Probably not. But I guess on TV she probably does, but not in the pool. I don't think any women wear makeup in the pool.
Well,
because their eyeliner would run.
Well, there's waterproof.
That's why I never wear makeup in the pool, to be honest. I think about it sometimes.
I think there's probably one or two that have.
You think so?
Well, I see them wearing makeup in like synchronized swimming. They got makeup.
Well, that's because that's like a show.
Well, yeah, but
they might wear a costume.
It's still in the pool.
These women are competitive swimmers.
It might create drag.
Eurosport said during a segment of Eurosport's coverage last night, commentator Bob Ballard made an inappropriate comment. To that end, he has been removed from our commentary roster with immediate effect. He says, Ballard said he never intended to upset or belittle anyone. The comments I made during the Australian freestyle relay victory ceremony on Saturday have caused some offense. It was never my intent to upset or belittle anyone, and if I did, I apologize.
Because women be shopping.
I am a massive advocate of women's sport. I shall miss the Eurosport team dearly and wish them all the best for the rest of the Olympics.
Now go make me a sandwich.
Yeah. These women in the pool, how about get in the kitchen, girlie?
It's taking time putting on makeup. I'm waiting on my sandwich. What's wrong with that? All I said was, if they're not going to swim fast, they should be making me sandwiches. That's all I said. Is that the problem?
And they couldn't make me sandwiches while I was in the pool because you can't swim for 30 minutes.
So, I mean, soggy sandwiches, what's wrong here?
I like
Who's
to imagine
the villain?
Cotton Hill doing the play-by-play for the women's swimming. Look at these girls out there in their little bathing suits, their bikinis.
All I said was the losers need to make me sandwiches. I don't know what's wrong with what I said.
He is now fired from the Olympic broadcast. The women's basketball is underway as well. And how about this? You know who is supposed to be like, besides us, the best lady basketball team is Australia.
Yeah.
Well, they already got upset. They lost to Nigeria 75-62. Nigeria has 0 WNBA players. If I was Caitlin Clark, I would have called Nigeria and said, hey.
A little something for the side note. Joel Embiid went to the highest bidder.
That's right.
And we didn't pick Caitlin. Caitlin's a free agent. She could have gone anywhere, and I don't think anybody would have been mad at her.
And listen, one call from a Nigerian prince, he could have had all the money they needed to pay Caitlin.
It would have looked a little odd, though. It'd be an odd-looking team.
Why?
Well, I haven't been to Nigeria, but I don't think there's a lot of Caitlin Clarks running around Nigeria. It would have just looked a little odd.
What do you mean? Point guards?
Point guards, yeah. They're known primarily for shooting and small forwards. It would have looked a little odd.
Nigeria is the second lowest ranked team by FIBA of the 12-team field that went to the Olympics. And Australia is FIBA's number 3 team. They're coached by the Liberty coach, Libbity Bibbity, Sandy Brondello. They have 6 players currently on WNBA teams. 3-time WNBA MVP Lauren Jackson, who retired in 2012 from the WNBA.
She just summers on the Olympic team.
How old is this gal?
I guess 35 to 40 would be my
She
math.
retired in 2012.
13 years, probably. She's in her 40s, high 30s.
Why'd she retire in 2012 then? I figured she would have retired at 35.
She's 43.
43?
I mean,
no wonder they're losing to Nigeria.
Well, if there is,
they got to get these old ladies off the floor.
If there's not a team within 20 points of our women. I mean, legitimately, there's not a team within 20 points of Team USA. So, 43, she can go and get herself a silver. I mean, nobody even close to them.
I think maybe here's how I know Caitlin Clark might have been playing for Australia. Nigeria forced 26 turnovers. That sounds like a Caitlin Clark game.
Well, she didn't have Brianna dropping the ball.
Oh, maybe so. After the game, Coach Wakama of Nigeria, I'm not going to try the first name. We're tough. We're edgy. I pride the girls on being the more physical team, and usually we win that advantage. That's our DNA. That's who we are. We don't back down.
Then they ran up against those dirty Aussies.
And they smacked them around. They said they're just calling her Amy. No, that's a different gal, different last name. Never mind. Nigeria plays France on Thursday, and Australia is going to play Canada. Team USA starts up today, going for their 8th straight gold medal.
Nobody's gonna.
I think they're probably going to get it.
I think that's a very safe bet.
Team USA has not lost a single Olympic game, including pool play, since 1992 in Barcelona. The closest game in Olympic play since those games has been during the start of the since this gold medal streak's been going on, was a 4-point win over Russia. Just 3 times in the last 7 Olympics have opponents been within single digits.
Yeah. That Russia team actually had Becky Hammond on it, I think.
Traitorous.
Like I said, if you don't get on, I don't have any problem going
for Russia.
As long as this was the other Russia. This isn't this Russia. This is another Russia.
This was pre-Putin Russia.
Well, no, it's still Putin, but we.
Oh, you thought he was a good guy
before they invaded Ukraine. But what I'm saying is, Becky didn't make Team USA.
And she just didn't want to take the L and say, "Hey, I'm going to work
Stay
hard
home.
and be here
You
next
don't
year."
want me? I'll go play someplace else. My dream was to play in the Olympics.
How would you feel if Caitlin was playing for Russia?
I wouldn't have Russia? No, she can't do that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But she played for Nigeria.
Russia tried to
okay?
get Brittany Griner. They tried to convert her. They kidnapped her. And
They had her.
Olympics. She wouldn't turn.
If they would have waited to make that trade till after,
well, she wouldn't give.
I would have said,
America.
Hey, can you bring the Merchant of Death to Paris, and we'll make our swap there?
They got her. They tried to convert her. They tried to bring her to their side. Didn't work. She's too strong. There's too much Griner.
Team USA's head coach, she says talent isn't the reason that we're going to win.
Well, it's a big reason.
Cheryl Reeve. To me, talent is the reason you're going to win.
It helps.
But she says it's going to be the chemistry of our talent, and we have to work hard at that and focus on that.
They could roll out of bed without any practice and win this thing. It is varsity versus the JV.
And it also seems like there's no pressure on them.
No pressure.
But if the men lose a game, there's going to be panic in the streets.
Well, watch LeBron hustle. Yeah, he's not going to lose a game. He's working. He's working harder than he does, or at least as hard as he does in any finals or playoff game. He has been working the last couple of games. He's fired up.
I think what that Eurosport should have done is just put this guy on to cover Team USA basketball, where he can only say nice things about them.
Or have him go cover a sport where if he made the women mad, like weightlifting, say something about them.
Yeah, Taekwondo. Have this chick kick you in the face if you talk that noise.
Bend you into a pretzel.
I would on the MMA fights, the UFC fights this weekend. Molly McCann, they call her Meatball Molly. She got kicked in her lady bits, full blown.
Meatball Molly got kicked in her lady bits,
and literally taken off her feet and went down and was holding her groin. It was devastating.
Dude, I saw that. That was like a decleater,
a devastating blow.
You take a shot to the nether regions and you actually leave your feet. Man, I don't think Meatball is going to be Mama Meatball.
It's it looked like what they do in pro wrestling. When they kick the guy in the pro wrestling and he jumps up on the ropes like he got kicked really hard. That's what it looked like, except she wasn't holding on to the ropes. She literally flew up in the air.
I don't know how that area bruises, but I get the sense if it can, it did.
Well,
if it's possible,
I guess we could ask that Eurosport guy what he thinks about it. They bruise real easy.
Go in there and make me a sandwich. I know it hurts.
Quit crying.
Quit crying. Make me a Sammy.
You ain't even got no balls down there.
Make it makeup.
Yeah, get your makeup right. All right. Listen, when we come back, talk a little more day one. I want to know what to expect after this. So Rob's going to give me the fill in on what happens next.
Oh, this is it.
And then this is it for the day.
This is it.
This is the whole show.
This is it, yeah.
And then we got to do what we got to do. The daily lines will come up at 9:30, 7:30 our time. I just want you guys to know how early we got up to work for you guys, because we are a show of the people. Unlike the afternoon show, who's probably still asleep right now, if I had to guess.
Still asleep.
Minix with his TV on full blast. Absurd. It's like he's never shared a living space with anyone else. Doesn't know how to act. We'll be right back. The Morning Huddle from Cowboys training camp on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on the Blitz, the beautiful blue skies and cool temperatures of Oxnard, California. We're at Cowboys training camp.
Our AA Best Bail Bonds Cowboys training camp coverage begins Monday at 2 o'clock from the tennis courts there in Oxnard. We'll have the latest from Cowboys training camp. The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is the famous footwear that makes us actually want to go back to school, with the newest styles from all your favorite brands like Nike, Adidas, Crocs, Converse, New Balance, Birkenstock, and more. You'll find everything kids want, all at prices parents can appreciate, because you don't have to overspend to make it famous. Famous Footwear even has fit experts in store to make sure you get the right size every time. So for the perfect fit, make it famous. Plus, right now, buy one, get one half off when you shop your local Famous Footwear or famous.com. Some exclusions.
Faces challenges, but complicated, expensive, and uncertain shipping shouldn't be one of them. With USPS Ground Advantage from the United States Postal Service, you can avoid all the noise. No more unexpected surcharges, hidden fees, or complex rate structures. It's just easy, cost-effective, and dependable shipping. Tune your business's frequency to success and turn shipping to your advantage. Learn how at USPS.com/advantage. USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
Need assistance with door and window projects? The Home Depot can help. From inspiration and materials to ordering and installation, our free millwork virtual apron service can get you moving and doing. Plus, we speak Spanish too. Our associates can help you tackle complex jobs without you leaving the job site, saving you time and money. Call us at 1-833-HD-APRON or visit homedepot.com/MVA. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Are you ready to build your company's dream team? Just like in sports, finding skilled players is essential for success. With Robert Half's winning combination of specialized recruiting professionals and award-winning AI, we'll help you find the MVPs and key role players who will have you hanging banners in the rafters. Because in business, it's all about having the experienced team on your side. At Robert Half, we know talent. Visit roberthalf.com today.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Diego.
Hi, Diego. It's Jennifer Coolidge. I just want to say your cashback match makes me feel so special. It really inspired me.
That's great. Doubling the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year is what we do.
Well, I'm doubling everything now. Double dating, double dipping, double feature, double header, double whammy. Basically double or nothing.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
You've got a Pepto predicament, Beach Bum.
Hey, we're heading down to the beach. You coming?
Yeah, Dad. You coming?
I had a little too much to eat at the resort buffet. I need a minute. Oh, you overdid it. And now your beach vacation is giving you belly waves. Undo it with Pepto.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Pepto Chewables provide fast 5-symptom relief so you can get back to making memories.
Let's go, Dad!
When you overdo it, undo it with Pepto. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Savings. Now that's speaking the Lowe's language. And when you join My Lowe's Rewards for free, the savings just keep coming. Save money with member-only offers, plus earn points when you shop. More points equal more rewards, just for you. Because Lowe's knows you earned it, literally. Learn more about our loyalty program at lowes.com/MyLowe'sRewards and become a member for free today. Program subject to terms and conditions. Points are awarded on eligible purchases. See lowes.com/terms for full details, subject to change.
It's Wrangler season out there. Warmer days, cooler nights, open roads, endless horizons. And you need to be ready in jeans made for the unpredictable. Wrangler, for the ride of life. Shop our newest styles today at Wrangler.com.
Is your vehicle stopping like it should? Does it squeal or grind when you brake? Don't miss out on summer brake deals at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
If you missed the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you missed this.
Can I just say this one thing? Alexa, play San Antonio Sports Star. I hope that gets a couple of them going.
Let us know if we just turned on your Alexa.
Ooh, turn on Alexa?
That did not sound the way it was meant. Where's your Alexa?
The bedroom.
Really?
Yeah, that's where I turn Alexa on.
At least you're turning somebody on in there.
No kidding.
Right home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Morning Huddle from Cowboys Training Camp, brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds and Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. AJ and Rob out here on a Monday, baby.
Had a good weekend.
Did you? You're a winner again?
I'm looking at our lines, yeah.
We'll get to the line. Well, I think do we have one more break, Edwin? Yeah, I'm running behind. We're not doing the lines yet, Rob. But Rob is happy. He keeps winning.
I'm telling you.
I had a good
broke.
I had a pretty good weekend betting the UFC too. Hit a nice plus 220 dog on the main event. That'll get you there, baby. I don't generally like Mike Florio.
He's a former lawyer, you know.
Oh, I've heard.
He'll tell you.
But he wrote something today that I'm kind of, we may need to start realizing that Jerry Jones is kind of, he's being kind of a cheap ass on these deals. And it's starting to come out. It seems like maybe the reason why he's not made these deals yet is he's worried about down the road financial situations after this Sunday ticket deal gets settled.
You know, it's an interesting line of thought because for those of you unaware, the NFL lost a lawsuit brought by bar patrons primarily from the Sunday ticket thing, and the penalties were in the billions. I mean, we're talking about
$14.1 billion.
Which there's no way the NFL can pay.
So go ahead and divide that by 32.
Yeah.
It's still a butt ton of money.
So they're appealing the not only the loss, but also the amount. When you think about the grand scheme, and Jerry certainly is one to see over the curve of the earth, it wouldn't surprise. I don't think that has anything to do with his negotiations with Dak or CeeDee Lamb or Micah when it eventually happens. I do think it's of concern, and I would think that if I'm an NFL franchise, I am going to mind my pennies because you're all going to be on the hook. But as far as contracts for these guys, I don't know how much it plays into.
Well, here's why I think it might. Not just because of like the actual money that you'd have to pay out, but because of the salary cap implications, it could come after this.
Shrink the cap.
Yes, and that way, if you've paid these guys top end money, it's like that could be a disaster, right?
Well, I don't. It's kind of like the salary cap ain't going to shrink. I don't. It's kind of like when they're going to account for every penny. It might not rise as quickly as players might want. The toothpaste is out of the tube, though. I can't imagine
going down.
If the league has reached a point where there's retraction, there are far bigger issues. I mean, they're down where your cap number retracts.
$14.1 billion is a pretty big issue.
I agree, but I can't imagine a scenario where the NFL would be on the hook for that. I think they might have to provide $14 billion in service or credit or something, but they're not going to have to write a check for any of this.
Because remember, the cap did go down while the revenue went down in COVID.
Right, and there's a reason behind that. But I also think after COVID, they have built in the league itself, along with a bunch of other companies, some fail-safes if something like this were ever to occur again, that whatever money drained because of not being prepared won't happen again.
So here's a quote from Jerry. You need to have a feel of where the revenue is going to be down the road. I feel like I know better than anybody living, or got a feel for what the revenue is going to be 4, 5, 6 years from now than anybody living. I've spent all this time doing that, and if you don't understand what the revenue is going to do, then you can't look and see what the cap is going to be. And so it is an art almost about how to look ahead. We have presumed that the revenue goes up, and that's one of these things just given in these contracts, the revenue is going to go up. Well, it went down in COVID. Am I optimistic? The most I've ever been. But we've got one thing staring us in the face that could dramatically reduce revenue.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't mention it specifically, but he said, I'm just saying things like, we had a little deal down here in Los Angeles. I was the only witness for the league. And
we got our ass kicked.
He said,
we got nailed for $14 billion.
He said, what I'm trying to tell everybody is, frankly, I've got a better feel than other people because I have a sense of what revenues might be for the whole league. And so that if you see me optimistic, then you must know that I think it's pretty good. If you see me a little cautious, you must know that I'm being cautious. I'm the best at looking around corners as far as body language and instincts. I'm better than anybody. So to me, that's saying it without saying that he's worried about this.
That's Jerry negotiating. That's Jerry talking to Dak. Like, hey, man, we just lost a big lawsuit. I don't know what's going to happen in 4 years. F you, pay me.
Yeah.
What?
That's like Charles Barkley. I didn't F up. You F up.
You screwed. What are you talking? Okay.
Why do I got to take a pay cut because you blew it?
Because you guys weren't letting bars watch the games in the appropriate manner? No, I think that's Jerry pleading poverty when he ain't. There ain't no poverty here, and they ain't putting toothpaste back in the tube. Every other team has managed to sign quarterbacks for more money, and you are the only owner of all the 32 who says, well, hold on. This big lawsuit in about 5 years, we're all going to go broke. You're the only one who sees that. He's pleading poverty in the middle of a negotiation. He ain't. There's a mild worry. But if they get on the hook for $14 billion, the owners ain't going to pay for it. We are.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just going to raise tickets. They're going to do everything. This is a boat. I mean, these are boats. These are summer houses when we talk about these franchises for some of these owners. They ain't going to take a loss.
Yeah.
If there's a loss, I'm selling it. I bought these franchises because it's a license to print money. And the moment it doesn't print money, I'm selling it. And that's not going to happen. If they do at the end lose, we pay for it, not them.
Maybe if somebody sells their franchise, we can buy it. We were talking about we need to get into a business.
As long as they'll take a post-dated check, I'm in market for just about anything.
Right? I mean, it seems like maybe if the market crashes, it might be the time to buy.
So, given I don't buy we're about to lose and have to pay all these TV subscribers all this money. I can't afford a new quarterback. I can't afford to pay Dak.
That's called. We'd be buying the dip, Rob.
Yeah.
That's what they call it in the biz, buying the dip.
That is buying the dip.
We could do that. I mean, think about if you actually stopped buying dip for like a month.
Could buy a franchise.
That's what I'm saying. We could do it.
Well,
all right. Let's hit our last break of the day. When we come back, we'll take a look at the daily lines out in Las Vegas. It is the Morning Huddle, live from Oxnard, California on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1. Despite 3 12-win seasons, the pressure is on Dallas head coach Mike McCarthy for a championship as he heads into the final year of his deal. San Antonio Sports Stars coverage of Cowboys training camp, brought to you by AA Best Bell Bonds and Southern Recipe Pork Rinds, continues all this week.
Hit anything that moves. The playmakers, man.
South Texas, home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Selling your home is full of catch-22s. Do you pay for upgrades like new flooring and fresh paint to sell for more, or put that money toward your dream home? Jason Minix here from San Antonio Sports Star. I want to tell you about Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program, where you can do both. Get more money for your current home and put more money down on your new one. Here's how it works. Orchard makes you an impressive backup cash offer for your old home. That unlocks cash for you to buy and move into your new home. Next, your Orchard team handles the repairs and upgrades on your old home at no upfront cost. Then your local Orchard agent lists, shows, and sells your home on the market. One customer said, quote, "Orchard sold my home for more than I expected, and I got a golf cart." Home selling doesn't have to be a catch-22. With Orchard, get expert guidance and top dollar for your home. Visit Orchard.com and start with your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com. Orchard.com.
Hey everybody, it's Joe Reinagel from The Blitz. I cannot tell you how happy I am with my brand new Connecticut quality water softener. Had it in my house now for about 2 weeks, and the difference it is making is just unbelievable. You know, Connecticut's been serving San Antonio for over 50 years. Their products are made in America, and you live in San Antonio in South Texas, a water softener, it's a must. And Connecticut is the absolute best, up to 80% more efficient than competing models. Simple design, fewer moving parts, and in fact, you don't plug it in. No plug-in at all. It does not run on electricity. It only works when you need it to work. And right now, if you've been thinking about a Connecticut quality water softener in your home, Connecticut is going to let you try one for 90 days, absolutely free with no contract. All you have to do is give them a call, 656-PURE, 656-7873, or ConnecticutSA.com.
Hi, everybody. Scott Innes here. For 25 years, I've been voicing lovable cartoon dogs like Scooby-Doo, Astro. Hey, I love puppies and dogs. And now I get to help pets that need a voice to save their lives. That's where the Puppy Food Bank comes in. The Puppy Food Bank helps pet rescue organizations so they can feed puppies. For just $11 a month, you can save a pet's life. Go to puppyfoodbank.org now and donate, and they'll send you a nice gift. Puppy Food Bank is proudly supported by Thomas J. Henry.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and the Gomez Law Firm present the first annual Back to School Drive this Saturday from noon till 2 p.m. while supplies last at Gomez Law Firm, 2943 Moss Rock Drive. Free backpacks and school supplies for all school-age children, only while supplies last, so don't be late. This Saturday from noon to 2 p.m. at Gomez Law Firm, 2943 Moss Rock Drive. Presented by the Gomez Law Firm and in part by ProStar Home Care Services, Sonora Bank, Las Palapas, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is Jason Minix from The Blitz. You're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star live from Cowboys training camp. Brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds and Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. Let's go ahead and take a look, Rob, at the daily lines.
It's the Morning Huddle's look at the daily lines with AJ and Rob on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You covered here!
The USA ladies. This is how you know I'm not sexist, Rob. What's the first thing I'm bringing up on the show? What's the first odds I'm bringing up?
I think you do protest too much.
Ladies basketball. Women, who I think are great sports people and entertaining. 22.5-point favorites against the Japanese women. I think Team USA absolutely slaughters these Japanese women.
I'm thinking.
I can't imagine that they could keep up with our gals.
22.5, that's a big number to hit.
I mean,
but
if I said the Las Vegas Aces are playing the Dallas Wings and they were 22.5-point favorites, I'd probably take the Aces
at home. Yes.
Now this is a neutral court game. I think France is about halfway between USA and Japan,
depending on how you go.
Yeah. Well, I mean, otherwise you'd be playing in the middle of the ocean. You can't play a basketball game there.
True.
So it's the only logical place to play. I think Team USA minus 22.5. That might be the move. That might be.
I might be going that direction.
The move. I keep waiting for Iga to start playing. She hasn't started yet. Caroline Wozniak is playing right now against an American, Danielle Collins, and Danielle Collins about to take the first set. But Jessica Pegula playing for Team USA against a Ukrainian, Alina Svitolina. Team USA expected to lose that one. Svitolina minus 130 in that matchup.
I've got, what's her name, carrying all the way through. What's her name?
Iga Swiatek.
Swiatek.
That's right. When does the golf? I think the golf actually tips off on Wednesday.
Who are our golfers?
We've got Scotty Scheffler
yeah.
plus 360. Xander Schauffele plus 550. I don't know who else America has. I don't see any other Americans on the list.
Did they play the Ryder Cup outside of Paris a couple years ago?
I don't know.
I think they did.
Rory McIlroy's 9-1. I wouldn't bet on him. He's a loser.
Well, it's not PGA. This is where he's going to come through. He'll win an Olympic event, and no one will care.
John Rahm, 10-1. Oh, Colin Morikawa, I think, is Team USA. He's 11-1. Ludwig Oberg, 12-1.
Guns up.
Tommy Fleetwood, 20-1.
In the Euro?
I think he's British. Yeah. I don't. If you want a long shot at 1,000-1, Gaganjit Bhullar is going to play. 1,000-1.
And who is he representing? And what country is Gaganjit Bhullar from?
First of all, put some respect on it. Gaganjit Bhullar is representing India. And he's 36 years old. I'm not saying he's going to win, but at 1,000-1, I think you have to put $1 on him. Right?
So they're hoping. That's how they keep the lights on in Vegas.
He's not even in a PGA. He's in the OWCR.
And what is that?
That's a made-up thing that they do in India. But if he wins, we're going to have $1,000 to put towards our NFL team.
There we go. Okay. So you got $1 on that?
I got $1 on it. I got $1 on him. 1,000-1, baby. 1,000-1. Major League Baseball is underway, of course, and all these teams making their pushes before the deadline, making sure they get a start in from their guys before they ship them off. In fact, the Orioles starting a guy that they just got, Zach Eflin, starting for the Orioles against Yariel Rodriguez and the Blue Jays. They're playing a doubleheader today. Eflin, at least now, scheduled to pitch the first game. He's a minus 185 favorite. No announced starter for the Orioles in game 2, but they are minus 162, even without a pitcher announced, because Bowden Francis, who's a made-up person, is pitching for the Blue Jays. So Baltimore minus 162.
What do you think of this? Guy unpacking his bags, rolling in. Normally the new pitchers on a new team, either if they've been called up or fresh from rehab, come out throwing pretty well.
I think so too. I kind of like the O's here minus 185.
I'm not anti that. I'm bookmark. I put a pin in it because there's a pin in this one.
Now, one of my guys, Jack Flaherty, bad pitcher or good pitcher, bad team, pitching for the Tigers. He is on the market. I would imagine if I'm Jack Flaherty, this is my big chance to get traded from Detroit to anywhere that's not Detroit. I'd want to put my best foot forward tonight. He's on the hill against the Guardians. Tigers plus 102. Tanner Bibby going for the Guardians. They were minus 122 on the road. Jack Flaherty, home dog?
I'm not doing that, man.
All right. I guess I'll be on my own
like
here.
No passing on something, man. I don't know.
Somebody's actually finally figured out that the Yankees shouldn't be favored in baseball games anymore. Luis Heel pitching for the Yankees. They're at the Phillies. Zach Wheeler going for the Phillies. The Phillies minus 142. Yankees plus 120. Logan Gilbert. This is another one I kind of like. Logan Gilbert for the Mariners plus 102 at Boston. Nick Pivetta going for the Red Sox minus 122. I think I kind of like the Mariners here. The Twins are at the Mets. Jose Quintana minus 120 for the Mets against Simeon Woods Richardson. The Cubs are at the Reds. Jameson Taillon pitching for the Cubs. Carson Spires for the Reds. That's a pick'em game. Your Texas Rangers, Nathan Eovaldi, minus 112 at the Cardinals with Andre Payante going for the Cardinals. Don't have a good feel for that one. I don't know that I want to back Nathan Eovaldi right now. Alec Marsh going for the Royals. They're minus 170 on the road at the White Sox.
What?
Chris Flexen plus 142 on the comeback for the White Sox, who have lost 14 games in a row.
I think 15 might be in the offing.
Remember early season when I was like, I got to get 10.5. I had a bet before I left Vegas. The longest losing streak in Major League Baseball would be over 10.5 games. I got close a couple times, and then the White Sox got it for me.
Smashed it.
Now they're on their second run of losing 15 games in a row. The Astros tonight, plus 114 home dogs against Paul Skeens and the Pittsburgh Pirates. Who you backing here, Rob? Are you liking Skeens minus 135? Or are you going with the Stros?
What a matchup.
Stros off a big series with the Dodgers. Bregman with the walk-off over the weekend. That was fun.
Need it. I like Stros.
Skeens, and now he's shown a chink in the armor. He lost a game last time out.
He pitched 9 innings.
What an idiot.
Fool.
They say, yeah, they were like, oh, start pulling this guy out in the 6th inning like you do when he's throwing a no-hit, and you'll win. Colin Ray going for the Brewers. They are minus 118 favorites against Grant Holmes and the Atlanta Braves. And Mitchell Parker, who's a made-up person, is pitching for the Washington Nationals. They're at Arizona. Jordan Montgomery on the hill for the D-backs, minus 162. So there's your look at the Major League Baseball lines for today. UFC over the weekend. Bilal Muhammad is your new welterweight champion of the world. Took a lopsided decision against Leon Edwards in Leon Edwards' hometown. They go to Manchester, and in front of a British crowd, Bilal Muhammad made everybody sad as he dominated the champion.
What was the big guys?
Tom Aspinall and Curtis Blades, and it lasted 60 seconds. And Curtis Blades said after, he said, I made a mistake. Well, yeah, you made a mistake. He said, I got caught up in the moment and went away from the game plan that we had. The game plan should always be, don't let Tom Aspinall punch me in the face, because that's not going to go well. So Curtis Blades took his 5th career loss, all 5 of those losses by knockout. He either gets you down and lays on top of you, or he gets knocked out. And this was one of those times where he got knocked out. Patty the Batty got a win. I doubted him. Kind of, it was a really good performance too. He locked in a choke. Bobby Green is an idiot.
What's the weight class on this one?
These are 155s, lightweights. Bobby Green was known as the better striker going into this fight, and he threw a couple punches and then tried a takedown and got caught in a guillotine choke, got out of it, and Patty switched to a triangle. Bobby Green was not going to tap, and at some point fell asleep. Right around the time Patty Pimblett switched to an armbar with the choke. So this guy's getting his arms stretched out.
And he's passed out.
And he's sleeping, so he can't tap. And luckily the ref saw, hey, this guy's asleep.
Or dead.
And he stopped the fight, and sure enough, he was taking a nap in the middle of the cage. He's out. So solid fights. The main event was a little boring because, I mean, it was 25 minutes of Muhammad just kind of backpacking Leon Edwards and, the crowd booing it. But that's how that dude wins. So, shocker. I think they're going to Saudi Arabia next this weekend. So they've got some decent fights coming up this weekend as well. We'll discuss those later on in the week. You know who's out at the Olympics? Flav Flav.
He is funding the women's
water
polo. Respect. I couldn't figure out why. It's the French, so you never know the French mentality, what they appreciate. It didn't shock me that Flav Flav was big in Paris, but I didn't realize he was funding the women's volleyball.
He is. He said, I recently got in the pool with the girls. I got to learn how difficult the water polo is. It's a very hard sport. He actually said it like Trump. It's a very, very hard sport. Very hard. I was in the water for 7 minutes. That was the hardest 7 minutes in my life. And he said because water polo has been a mostly white sport.
Yeah, not a lot of brothers playing.
This Olympic team includes Ashley Johnson from Miami, who is black. And Flav said she is a major, major inspiration to young black people, and said he hoped his own involvement could help diversify the sport.
Hope so.
He said, I don't know that this is true. I think by me jumping in the water with Ashley, it could probably entice more black people playing water polo. I know there's a lot of black people who can play it. I don't know that seeing Flav Flav jump in the pool is going to make black people say, I'm going to play water polo.
Well, it might. You never know. It just takes one little push off the diving board. You know?
I don't know.
If
I see white
people do it.
I see white people playing water polo all the time, and it never makes me think, you know what I'm going to do? Play water polo.
Well, you never probably had a role model. You were flush with role models. You know, it just seemed like something you could do if you wanted.
Do you think the guy that started Flavor of Love is a role model?
Yes, I do. Evidently, if Snoop can carry the torch, anything is possible.
Snoop not lighting a joint off of the torch.
I guarantee you, there is a picture of him lighting a joint.
It's got to get out there. We need
with
to
that
see
torch.
this.
Are you kidding me?
We need to see this.
Somewhere, somehow, he ducked into an alley.
But apparently, did you know this water team has won?
We're American badasses. What are you talking about? Of course.
Also, and you want people to start paying attention to water polo. This is the best way to do it.
Naked water polo.
No.
Oh.
Taylor Swift publicly gave the water polo gals to go see her recent show in Europe.
Because is she feeling sorry? What about the rest of the Olympic team?
Why the women? Because she likes them. So if Taylor Swift likes them, that's what's going to get. Listen, Flavor Flav's going to get the black gals to play. Taylor Swift's going to get the white gals to play.
All the Swifties?
Yeah. White girls love Taylor Swift.
I've heard that.
They do. My wife is one.
European white girls especially.
I would think so. So there you go. That's the water polo team is getting some support. Friends in high places. The Olympic Committee, the organizers had to apologize. They did a Steve Harvey over the weekend.
Oh, and the winner is?
Except they said, we would like to introduce the North Korean athletes, and it was South Korea.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, that's like being introduced like your ugly brother. Like, whoa, hey, not even close, man.
Yeah. So they were announced in both French and English
As the North Koreans,
as the Democratic People's Republic of Korea.
Oh, misunderstanding the word democratic.
Yeah, South Korea is just the Republic of Korea. And I can see how it's confusing.
No, I get it. Because
you
why
wouldn't
they
think
did it that way.
You wouldn't think North Korea is the Democratic like you wouldn't think that they're of the people in any way.
Well,
But
if you didn't know, you just read the sign. Like, I'm going in there.
they said, we deeply apologize for the mistake that occurred when introducing the Korean team during opening ceremonies. Jang Mi-ran, the second vice minister of South Korea's Culture, Sports, and Tourism Ministry, requested a meeting with the IOC president over the incident. The statement said South Korea's Olympic Committee separately asked the organizer of the Paris Games to prevent the recurrence of similar incidents.
That's one of those.
The
you had
South
one
Korean
job.
people were shocked and
No.
embarrassed.
That'd be like us. Okay, I think, well, obviously the equivalent would be like West Germany and East Germany. Like, yeah, we ain't the East Germans. Look at them.
Yeah, they're the bad guys.
Those are disgusting.
They're the bad guys. I don't even. Does North Korea have Olympic teams?
I'm not sure they're allowed in the Olympic movement.
I think they have their own Olympics there.
Well, it involves catching a chicken.
Well, no, I think they like
First one to catch it gets to eat.
Kim Jong-un sets up his own
Olympic
games
event.
where he's got these are the Americans and they're clearly not American, and then the North Korean team beats the junk out of them in basketball, and they're like, we beat Team USA basketball. We're the champions of the world.
We play like Dennis Rodman.
And then they try to look it up on the internet, and they don't have access to the internet. All right, the Blitz comes up at 2. We'll be back tomorrow, bright and early. More Cowboys training camp. Morning Huddle, 94.1, the San Antonio Sports Star.
You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTF.